Hello, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Nippon's Sixth Sense. I'm here live in my daughter's bedroom, actually, which I streamed off earlier today for another channel that I'm associated with. But we're here to discuss a lot of different things, actually, which went down, especially Spurs playing Chelsea, my team, Spurs losing 2-0 to Chelsea, unfortunately, and Arsenal beating us as well. So we didn't have a very good start. Um, all I can say is I'm really upset about it. You know, it's not the nicest thing when you lose to your closest two London rivals in the Gooners and the Blues of Chelsea. So, do you know what? Sometimes that's the way the cookie crumbles and you don't get the rub of the green. But I just think we were pants in most of the match against Chelsea, and we were pretty good against Arsenal. I would say in the first half it was probably even Stevens, but they got the 3 goals, went 3-0 up. Um, Really, they punished us. 2 corners. My man Hoybier scoring an own goal. Stupid div. I'll have to see him about that. He didn't really mean it. You know, no player means to score an own goal. Sometimes it deflects off you. Sometimes it goes off your head and you score, as Højbjerg did. And then Havertz came in with another really well taken header. I must admit, he took his chance, but it was a bit shithousery on that goalie, Vicario, and both efforts actually. And then we went for a penalty, sort of dismissed by the referee, and then I can't remember. I think it was Declan Rice who hoofed it over the top, which is a common thing with Spurs lately. And Van der Ven couldn't recover, and Saka sort of drew clear. Um, Davis tried to close him down, which he done very well, busted his gut. That's one thing you get with Davis. He's not the best of players technically, but he'll bust his gut to try and recover. But unfortunately, instead of showing him on the outside, Saka, very clever player, took his chance very well. He's cut inside and hit a left foot shot. Not a fantastic shot, but it was like enough to beat Vicario. He well placed it. I must admit, it was a very good, well taken goal, even though it made them 3-0 up. And then I was going to go home, but I never ever leave the Tottenham Stadium, White Hart Lane, or the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium as it's now called. But I'm not calling it that. I'm calling it White Hart Lane. Yeah, so it was just a shame. It's just a shame that you know, it went down like that. And then we had the second half. We fought back very well to bring it back to 3-2 with goals from Romero, gifted by uh, David Raya, who we was supposed to sign. He agreed terms and everything, but obviously Arsenal nicked him off us. But do you know what? I'm glad because we got Vicario, and I think he's just as good, if not better. That's just my own personal opinion. Other than that, we scored again. We got the penalty, which was fairly awarded because Declan Rice hoofed um, Davis in the groin, probably hurt him, but you know he took it like a man, and we got back to 3-2. And I thought really at that stage, I thought we had a very good chance of coming and at least equalising, but the time was running out, and unfortunately for us, you know, everything run out. But I think we got some guests joining us, but they haven't quite joined us yet. But I've got in the background, I've got Lottie. I've invited Lottie. There you go. I don't know whether she's in the background. She is there, but I can't bring her on for some reason. Um, just bear with me. Right, I've got guests. There's Lottie. Add to page.
There we go.
That's better. At
Hello,
last,
how
I
are
was thinking
you?
waiting frantically, right?
Yeah, I
But
was like,
because I'm
hello, I
doing
am
this on
here.
my mobile phone, right, and I normally do it on my laptop because
Yeah.
obviously Nippon didn't have my laptop details, and it went to WhatsApp, and I haven't loaded WhatsApp on my new laptop yet. so I
Yeah.
can't do it on there.
Oh, that's
So I'm
a
doing it
pain.
on my phone. But the main thing is, you are here, Lottie. I was just explaining about Arsenal beating us. Yeah, you know, you. It was a fair game, wasn't it, Lottie? What was your account of the
Yeah,
game?
no,
Because
I
I've
was
given
listening. I heard
mine.
your I heard every bit. It it was a fair game. I think in terms of Højbjerg, I have want to say that do you think he's had that many splinters in his backside? He got confused where he was shooting.
Do you know what? I've got the shirt
I've been
over
waiting
there
to say
with his
that to you all
name on.
week.
You see the Spurs shirt over there? On the back, he's got Højbjerg, but I'm not
Yeah.
showing it because I'm hanging my head in shame because I'm getting it from all quarters. You know, of the Spurs fan base who don't particularly like him anyway because he's a pretty Marmite player, isn't he,
Yeah,
Lottie?
no,
You know, you either love him or hate him.
you
I don't
like him
think
or
there's
you
any
don't,
middle
but at this
ground with
point,
him.
I love him because he opened up scoring for us, so I'm happy. He knows what
You know
colour
what I mean?
London is. It's red. Nuggets.
Yeah, I think it was his parting gift to Arteta.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
but
Absolutely.
you was at the game, I presume, Lottie. Is that correct?
No, I was in my usual haunt down by the Emirates. I was in the pub. The last
Oh,
derby
okay.
I went to, I got chased down the road, and I've been locked in your ground as well. So no, thank you, never again.
Do you know what I mean? It's a danger zone, isn't it?
Yeah,
You, if you
no,
come
like
if you come
you
out
guys.
alive, you're lucky.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. And if you know the like the atmosphere, you don't walk up in red and white in Tottenham High Road on Derby Day. You just don't.
No,
You're
you
asking to
sort
be killed otherwise or
of
battered, basically.
yeah. It brings a whole new level to Arsenal get battered everywhere they go. But you're not getting
Oh
battered,
no,
you're
that
battering
no 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 no
team.
no 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 no. That's Tottenham get battered everywhere they go. Come on,
That's what I'm
come on.
saying.
You were
Arsenal are
kingmakers and
not
you're letting
getting
everyone
battered this
win.
season.
Come on.
I know. I mean, then we go to Chelsea and lose. Oh my God, what
Yeah,
a
I do you
bad
know what?
week
I
for the
thought after the
Spurs
3-2
fans.
you'd come back and spank 'em one.
Yeah, I did. I really did think
It was
would
really
rock up
flat.
there. Romero was up for it, and that's
Yeah.
it.
Thing
And
is he got
maybe
his
a little bit
goal, so
about
he's got that
VVD.
confidence where the rest of the team don't. You can see it.
Yeah. Plus the fact that he scored an own goal at your ground and it sort of rebounded
Yeah.
off him, and then he handballed it. He thought he
Yeah.
owed the Spurs fans one. So he put in a
Yeah.
lot of effort, but it wasn't enough. You know,
Yeah.
I think I think if I had to say who's the better footballing side, you've got to hold your hands up and say Arsenal are better footballing side. You are. You know,
We
I'm not
are. We've
gonna
kind of stuck with the
dress it
project
up.
and now we're reaping the results. And
Yeah,
I think if you guys had stuck with someone, I think you'd eventually maybe next season see the results, but you've decided to
yeah.
restart with Ange. But I wouldn't get rid of him if I
No.
were you.
No, I don't want to get rid of him. Our fan base is very reactionary. They're all the ones who hated him in the first place and didn't want him. Obviously, they've come out the woodwork and started piping up. And then the ones who are sort of on the bench, they're sort of umming and ahhing. They're
Yeah.
sort of, do we or don't we do it? You know, like, calm down, calm down, calm down. The Liverpool sort of song
Yeah, yeah,
that
yeah. No,
goes
that
like
was like
that.
me. That was me with
Yeah,
Arteta when he first started. The first season, I thought, right, I'm gonna give him a season. And then we did all right,
yeah,
and I thought one more season, and then I'll decide where I'm standing. Do you know what I mean? And
yeah.
I from who he's brought in, what we've got, and how we're playing, I'm absolutely brilliant. I think the most ironic thing about this season is all the Chelsea fans, people like Lee Gunner. Oh, you've got a dead baller on your hands in Kai Havertz. Kai Havertz is
Yeah.
one of our top goal scorers. Like
No.
I just watching him play now, it excites me because when he first arrived, I wasn't too happy about it, but I thought, let me give this a chance. I know how good he was in the Bundesliga. I know
Yeah.
what he's got in his locker, and and now I'm really happy I gave him a
I know.
chance.
Well, he scored a goal that was disallowed, and then he got the header. A
Yeah,
bit of shithousery went on before to sort of lay the way for him to score.
yeah,
But that's what
the
you
key,
do. That's how
yeah,
you win games. And
oh no, exactly,
after saying
exactly.
it
It's a
was
bit
bad,
like the Bukayo Saka goal just before while the header went in.
yeah.
Your fans were saying you're letting your country down, and the fact that he can now come back and say what because of the
Do you
silence,
know what?
it's something you wouldn't see from him before, but
Yeah,
he's learned to take it on the chin and go from there. And
yeah. I would say
it's such a joy to see that he's not letting it get to him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, I get your point. I can say that's only a small section of the crowd because we
Yeah.
were clapping him, because
Yeah.
we like. I mean, everybody. Why can't they love Bukayo Saka? He's such a lovely lad, right? And obviously, when he scored the goal, I didn't think he's such a lovely lad when
He's
he
such a
scored the
joy
goal.
just to
But you
watch.
have to give him praise because he took. You know what I mean? He's an ultimate professional. I think he's the most fouled Arsenal player. Well, the Premier League player. He's the most fouled Arsenal player, but he's most Premier League fouled player. So I just think
Yeah.
if it was another defender rather than Davis who busted his gut, big ups to Big
Mm.
Davis for catching him up. But like Match of the
He
Day said,
tried.
and
I'll give him that. He
they should
tried
have.
from
Yeah, it should. What he should have
from
done and what he did do was two different things. He should have showed him on the outside onto his weaker foot, but he checked.
yeah.
Bukayo Saka's a very intelligent footballer. He thought, right, Davis is not going to have the kudos or the energy
No.
after he's busted his gut to turn his hip. So he quickly turned onto his left peg and slided it in. It was a very well taken goal, you must admit. But we like I said, all you have to do beat Spurs is one over the top.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it. So
Yeah.
Ange has
The thing
got
is,
to learn.
it's a case of Ange needs to look at this season and right, we need to sort our set piece defending out because
Yeah,
it's that as well. When you lob it over the top, I mean, Declan Rice just absolutely lobbed it over, and that was the end of that.
yeah, yeah.
So
It
it's
didn't take much to get 3-0 up. Just put it that way. Two set pieces in two corners, and we
yeah.
did the same at Chelsea. We conceded a set piece with Emerson Royal fouling. I
Mhm.
can't remember who he fouled. I think it was Chalobah, and then they just cross it to the back post. No kudos to mark at the back post. And not only did the headed goal by Chalobah, there was another player behind him waiting to
Mm.
score as well. So it was two. So
Where do you think it's going wrong
it's one of
then?
these things. I personally think it's not just set pieces. It's because we've got the high line, right? If we stepped 5 yards back and
Mm.
defended like Arsenal do, you defend your goal. That's how you should defend. Why are we doing this high line? I don't like it anymore. At first, I thought, oh, it's exciting. But then when you start conceding goal after goal after goal, and then you can't recover the game, not
Yeah, you need
always we're
think
going to score.
if you're gonna do that high line, you need the defense to back that up,
Yeah,
and
and
you just don't
I
have
get
it.
it.
I'm really sorry, but the mop can only do so much.
Yeah, it's true, right? So your doggy's out, right? We're playing
Hmm.
Emerson Royal out of position. So it's already, no, sorry, we're playing Davis out of position with
Hmm.
you guys and Emerson Royal out of position. Because really, Davis is a left centre back. He's not used to playing left wing back and he
Hmm.
can't play that role. He just hasn't got the juices anymore. He's
Yeah,
run out of juice. When the players come to the end of his tether, right, and
yeah.
he can't give any more,
He's
that's
ready for the
Davis.
season. He's ready for the season to end. He needs that
Yeah,
break.
he's ready for the knackers yards. That's what he's ready for. sorry, sorry, Davis, if you're listening. I think you're ready to go back to Swansea where we got you from. You know what I mean? Look, we've been loyal to him, Lottie. Come on, we've given him
Yeah,
10 years at a club, and he's not exactly. He'll give
he's
his all.
the
Don't get
best.
me wrong, yeah, but he's not a top class that's going to win you a league,
No,
yeah.
exactly.
So we're already weakened without Udogi because Udogi is fantastic at pressing and doing the high line. He's very
Yeah.
disciplined, but he's very young and he makes mistakes as well. Because
But the
obviously,
thing is, that's always when
21-year
they're
old,
young. It's a learning curve. It's a
yeah,
massive learning curve. It's like Bukayo Saka's still got to learn. When he's got 3
yeah,
players on him, he's got to learn to get out of that. Because once you've got 2, 3 players on him, he's out of ideas. That's it. That's
yeah.
him done.
I'll
If you,
give you that one, yeah. But you know what? Is he 24 now? Is he?
yes, I think so.
And he's had a wealth of experience playing for England as well.
Yeah.
And he's been playing in the Champions League. All right, you got the semi final. That's
Oh no, sorry,
fantastic.
he's 22, Ellie. Sorry, he's
He's
22.
22. See,
He's still I'm ahead.
he's only just on his journey, but he's had so much experience behind him that he's more
Exactly.
like a 28-year-old player in a 22-year-old body
Yeah, his
in
his
terms of
his ceiling
experience.
his ceiling is just it's there's no limit to it for me.
Yeah.
And like that is exciting, and I want to keep hold of him for as long as possible because he
And do you
knows
know
what the
what?
number 7 shirt means to the Arsenal.
Do you know what as
He
well,
knows
Lottie,
what
that
it
I'd like to
means
mention,
to play for the
right?
club as well because he's one of our own, and it's exciting.
Yeah, that's it, right? When you, Steve Perriman, right, our great captain, he said, you can't beat a homegrown player because he will give his all, right? And they might not be the best player of the whole club, but
Mhm.
when they get their chance, they'll excel. And Saka is one of your best players, regardless. He's not like a Ollie Skip. Ollie Skip, he's been with us just as long as Saka's been with you guys, right? But he hasn't got
Mhm.
the what's the word I'm looking? He just hasn't got the skill. That's the word I'm
Tenacity.
looking for. He hasn't got. He's an all round. He's an all round He's a tenacity player. Like he'll get stuck in. He's not too bad at passing. He's just a bang average midfielder. Whereas
Yeah.
Saka, he's got something special. It's just he's fouled so
I
often
find
that
I find
sometimes you don't
Ollie
see
Skip
it.
as he's the grafter, but he's not a standout player.
Yeah,
Thing is,
I've got
I
someone else
watched.
in the back room
Oh, who's in the back?
later.
Who's in the back? Drum roll,
I'm
please.
adding it to the.
There he is.
Yes.
Oh, he's away from his desk at the minute. I'm sure he'll be back in
He's
a
away from
second.
his. He's probably got fed up waiting for me to bring him in. He was only there for a minute or so, though. I just saw him pop up because you know
Oh,
when we're
okay.
talking, Lottie, we really do hit it off, and we're
Oh yeah,
we're
we do.
respectful to each other's clubs. Obviously, when I'm on the Spurs channel, I'll give it to Arsenal, but I'm respectful.
That's all right.
But
Thing
you
is,
know,
there's
when I
banter
say
and
I'll
then
give
there's
it to
crossing the
Arsenal, I
line,
don't
Ellie.
mean I'm disrespectful. What I'll do, I'll um, I'll sort of give a little bit of beef because you beat us. I'm a bit bitter.
That's why when I came on, I said London is red. That's it.
Yeah,
End of conversation.
well, it is, but I
And
mean,
I
you've
asked
got
you
the
about Hoy.
wrong.
That's me. I'm happy.
Yeah.
It's
See, my
easy. It's
player,
easy.
I
Yeah.
changed to Queen Ellie Spurs ladies because we've made the FA Cup final. Come on, you
Yes.
Spurs ladies. Yes.
Yes.
See, we can
I
be
got
proud of our ladies making the final, yeah?
no.
So
Yeah.
I just wanted to move on the topic
Mhm.
for how do you think Arsenal are gonna do in their last, is it 4 games you've got left as well?
I think so. We've got.
I,
Let
I
me just
think
double
it's
check the fixtures.
we've got
I've
4, so you probably got 4 as well.
Yeah, let me just double check the fixtures
Yeah,
because
double
I've
check
been
it.
focusing on the women's tonight. My brain's not on the men's football because I've done my
Yeah,
own podcast tonight. Yeah, we've got 4 games left, like you. We've
yeah,
got Bournemouth at home tomorrow.
yeah.
United
You'll win
away.
that one.
Everton at
United
home. No,
away.
we've got 3 games. Sorry, 3 games.
You never know what you're going to get. There's Beta. Hello.
There he
Man
is.
City, second
Hello.
in the league. Come
How you
on.
doing, sir? Oh, can't hear us.
Hello,
Hello,
ladies.
Beta. How
Hello.
you doing? I see you're wearing red.
No, this is orange.
Oh,
This
is
is
It looks
it?
very
orange.
red on our screens. I was
It
going to
looks
say, he
very
knows what
red
colour
on
London is.
screen.
Really?
I
Hold on.
Yeah. There we go. Now it's orange.
thought you were going to come in blue and white.
It's probably
Yeah.
just your
Do you
lighting.
know what?
That's fine.
Yeah. I'm trying
I
to. I'm
Go
trying to
ahead.
block out the red on the Spurs shirt. How
Yeah,
are you,
I
Baker,
don't look good in
anyway?
red. I don't look good in red.
What's your day been like today? What have you been up to? If it's not too nosy.
No, the day's been good. It's Friday. I was able to I snuck away and did a video on my channel for like 30 minutes.
Lovely.
Still got some work done. The the day for me or evening starts for me now. Now it's actually minutes to 5. So
Right.
work day's officially behind me, and to be able to join you guys despite being late, apologies.
It don't
Um,
matter.
yeah, no, I'm
I was
feeling
a
good.
little bit late. Yeah,
I'm
it's all
feeling good.
good. So Man City are poised to win the Premier League again, and all Spurs fans are willing you on. I think we're going to throw the game against you lot.
Ellie, from your mouth to God's ears, Ellie, from your mouth to God's ears.
You know
You know
what? I
what?
have a feeling. I just have a really sneaky feeling. Veta, you're not going to like this, right?
Oh,
They're going to lose to Liverpool. Then they're going to come back and bite you lot on the backside. Just to
You know
spite you.
what?
don't
If that
say
That is my
happens,
that.
feeling.
I'm going to
And
get
then
Daniel
they'll let us win the
Levy.
league.
Don't
Honestly,
say that.
if that happens, Vater and Lottie, I'm going to get Daniel Levy Give him a good old shouting match.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be Levy out. Levy out will be trending if that happens.
Yeah, it won't be just Levy out. It's going to be Levy slap.
I love it.
You know, I'm not a violent woman. I
The thing
wouldn't
is,
slap him.
his head's round enough to do that as well. Like you'll get a nice sound effect from that.
It'd be a good
You know
one.
what I mean? We haven't won at Liverpool's ground for about 1,000 years. It seems like 1,000 years. I think the last time we won was Klinsmann scored in
I don't like
1990 something.
I don't like that
But we've had
energy
a
that
few
Lottie
good
just put
draws.
out there. I have to address
Sorry?
Lottie. I don't like that energy that she put out there about you guys losing to Liverpool. Like, let's address that first. I mean, Liverpool haven't been looking that great. They haven't
No.
been looking that
No, they don't look
that
great, but it's a case of they're at Anfield, and as Ellie said, when did they last win at Anfield?
You know what?
yeah.
And another thing, they've been missing so many chances, right? And I'm
Yeah.
just
We both
praying that they've
have.
got those shooting balls. Yeah, we've been missing chances, but it's mainly Werner because he's total pants. He really is. He hasn't got no goal kudos. You know, most strikers, when they're behind their defender, they bust their guts to either get in front of their defender or they'll slip at the back post so that
Mhm.
the person running in to pass will
Has an
find him
option.
at the back
Yep.
post. But he just stands there like a lemon behind the defender, and you know he's never going to score. You know,
No, he's so poor. He's so poor, and he's
so poor.
luckily he's only on loan for you guys, right? So
Yeah,
it's
and
not like there's
luckily
any
he's
commitment.
injured. I
So
don't want injury on anybody, right? I feel sorry for him that he's injured, but I'm glad that he's injured because we don't have to put up with. But then we go to Chelsea, and our front three play like they've never played football in their lives, like a 2-year-old. That's how it was, right? And then there was only Romero who had a bit of fire in his belly.
Romero looked amazing. I can't lie.
He
Even
looked
in the
amazing.
Arsenal game, I was like,
Yeah.
damn.
Yeah,
Just
he was very good in the Arsenal game. I think he was our man of the match.
yeah.
And I would say Kai Havertz was your man of the match because of the way he's moving. And he stretched our defence quite well. You know, when he scored the goal that was disallowed, that was a very good goal, but he was slightly offside.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
he was offside at the end of the day. It would have been nice if he wasn't, but
Yeah,
he was offside, and that's the end of it. I'm not going to argue it. I mean, they showed us the lines on the screens. I was like, yeah, I'm happy with that. Fine.
yeah. And you go and thrash Brighton 4-0, you know, just sweep them away like they're not there. Brighton, who are you? You little seagulls. You're just a small fry club on the seaside.
we were fortunate. We were fortunate. It's the Zerbi, he still has some things to figure out, I think, with the injuries and who can play for him. But
yeah,
I had it been early in the season when he had like a healthier squad, I think it would have been a different story. But I am taking every result. It could be 1-0. It could be a dodgy like a penalty. I'm gonna take it selfishly and go. We've got 4 games left, and I've been trying to talk to all rivals. Lottie, you're not gonna like this, but I'm trying to convince.
Are you gonna be horrible?
No, I'm not gonna be horrible, but I'm not gonna be the nicest.
Is it gonna be Arteta or is it gonna be Pep again?
Come on, spit it out.
Gonna pip Arteta.
I'm trying to convince. I'm building a case that the 4-peat's actually the best thing for English football this year, because we all hate United fans. We all hate how United fans would remind us of their troubles. They would remind us of their 3-peat. And right now they can still remind us of that because they say we've done it first. That's all they kind of say. We've done it first. We've done it first. If Manchester City, Lottie, hear me out, just for this year, okay? For Manchester City this year, we win the 4-peat, okay? We win the 4-peat. We have United fans no longer talk about 3 in a row, no longer talk about trouble.
Thing is, I'm going to be really horrible. No one really cares if City wins the league, apart from City fans. I'm really sorry.
So you're in agreement. Let me win the 4-peat, because then no one will care that we won a 4-peat. We won't be reminding you guys
I want
of
it.
that.
Absolutely not.
No, now you're being
I want
selfish.
it.
No, now you're being selfish. You're being selfish.
No, you had it last year. It's our turn.
Paul.
Yeah. You're the one who's being selfish by wanting to keep it.
No, you're being selfish. because I want to get United
No,
up.
I
because
tell you what.
United fans will go into hiding if we win it, and I'm going to love every single moment of it because they're annoying. They are, although there was a few to the exception, like arrest, but
Yeah.
they're annoying,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you know that pain. You know
I
that
do
pain,
know the
Vale,
pain.
as much as we do.
The reason why I say this is because, again, and I'm not being selfish here. I'm building a case. Queen, I think you'll agree.
Okay, build your case.
All right, I'm building my case. So
Here we go.
let's say City win the remaining 4 games. City win the 4P. We
They
know
do.
that United fans they won't say anything anymore. If there's anything that they will say, it's like we were once great. They can't say we've been the greatest because City would have done more than them. Pep now, Pep now has done something more than Sir Alex Ferguson. So the chances of him not sticking around is even stronger because he's like, well, what more is there for me to do? So everybody, all you rivals, you don't want Pep remaining in this league. So if he wins this 4-peat, greater chance of him leaving. And then, I honestly, how Arsenal have been built, the success that Arteta has been showing, you have Klopp leaving. It's your season next year. It's your season next year. You got Rice, who's that much more experienced. You got Timber coming back. You're probably going to make some additional signings because you said,
He is fit for this weekend, by the way.
he's fit.
Okay.
So you're fully fit. Everybody's healthy, ready to go. Yeah, you're winning. You're
Yeah.
winning easily against Bournemouth.
Yeah,
But this is the case that I'm
definitely.
building.
Are you sure after last season?
Okay. Can I throw another spanner in the works?
Yes.
Go
Yeah.
for it, Ellie.
Okay. So Man City win their next 4 games, right? You got the 4P,
hmm
right? Go with me with this one, right? Pep decides that, right, Arsenal sack Arteta. Pep decides to go and be the manager of Arsenal. That's a good scenario. It could happen. What if that
Oh,
happened, Fader? What are you
I,
going to do?
Why?
Will you disown Pep?
Why are you trying to hurt me, Queen? Why are you trying to hurt me?
I
What
just
is this?
thought I just thought I'd be evil for 5 minutes.
Oh
she's casting out a fishing rods, and you chomp that on. You
no,
chomp that one
I was
veil.
listening. I was all happy, and then she said that part at the end. I was like, oh no, I don't
Because
want
because Man City, it's like been blue moon all the way through. Oh, Pep's blue moon, we saw me
blue
standing
moon.
alone
I think.
without a care in my heart. I don't know all the words, by the way.
Of
I'm
my
stopping
own.
now.
No, but
Yeah,
what I want,
right. Yeah,
and I get a lot of you're right. I mean, I guess I am being a little selfish, but
A
I think for the
little,
greater good.
a
I think for the
little.
greater
Is
good.
the Premier League trophy little now?
No,
Hmm.
I mean, I think I'm being a little selfish, maybe not thinking of others, but honestly, next season,
I think.
not to go so far, but
yeah.
we're gonna continue this back and forth. I hope you know this.
Oh yeah, no, I know that.
It
I
will
think
Yeah.
the
be Arsenal
biggest.
and Man City for many years.
Oh yeah, no,
Mm.
it's
It
going to
will.
be. I mean, it's been a long time coming for us, and it's just having the right manager. Emery, it didn't
Yeah,
work out. We stuck with Arteta, and we're
Yeah.
seeing the results now. I think the
yeah.
biggest thing, and that's another issue for me in that Veta, right,
Yeah.
is this narrative that we bottled it, right?
Wait,
This
last
season,
year or this season?
this season, and
Are
it's really irritated me purely on the basis.
who's speaking from a well, how are they
This is other fan
positioning?
bases. I'm not shooting shots at anyone. This is other
Yeah, but
fan
how are they
bases.
positioning it? Like I'm trying to understand the angle that they're.
Um, Liverpool have been top of the league for 87 days this season. 57 have gone to Arsenal. I can't remember what cities was this season. It's another chunk of the season up till now. And apparently we're the bottle jobs. And Liverpool, it's okay for Liverpool to
Okay,
do
yeah,
what
that's
we've done
crazy.
without anyone saying bottle jobs. Oh yeah, it's fine. Klopp's leaving. I
That's
don't like
crazy.
that narrative, and that's what I
Yeah,
don't want. I don't
I
have
agree.
time for people. That narrative is just
Well,
so irritating.
We don't have
well,
a Liverpool fan here, but let me speak on this for a little bit.
yeah, yeah.
Liverpool, them in particular, they have the best PR. They have the best PR because when they were top of the league, when they were doing their thing, they were talking about how they've been doing it with no Trent, they've been doing it with no Allison, they've been doing it with these kids that Klopp is able to get the most out of. And then they were projecting, well, he's doing that with this new core or young kids. Oh, wait until they come back. When they come back, they're going to be even stronger, and then they'll go. But he's
Mm.
crapped the bed, right? He's messed things up, and they've fallen off to the point where Liverpool fans aren't even thinking of this season. They're thinking about next season. So that's what I don't like. And I agree, Lottie. The fact that it went from, oh, they're about to do something amazing to now let's not even discuss how much they've fallen off. It's ridiculous. I would put this at the feet of Liverpool first in terms of bottling or losing the title or losing the season because they were doing it all for Klopp. We can't forget that narrative. They were all doing it for Klopp last season. They were galvanized and they were winning consecutive games without their core people. And when their core people came off, they also fell off. So I agree. It doesn't fall at the feet of Arsenal, not this season. If anything, you guys
Yeah.
have shown that you learned from last season. And when I say that, I think Arteta, as well as the players, like they've kind of paced things out. And that's why I think, I hope is not the case, but I do think you guys win the remaining games, and we have to win the remaining game to be able to do it. And that's not a bottling team. That's not a
I do
bottling
want to
team.
throw something past you. How, as a City fan, how would you feel if we went on to win the remaining games and whatever happens with City, whatever happens with Liverpool happens, and it gets to the Man United away for Arsenal and we win the league at Old Trafford? How funny will you find that? Bearing in mind it's the second time.
I would find it funny to be haha at United. So let me put away the being disappointed that I didn't win the league. I would find it hilarious, absolutely hilarious. Because again, I hate red. When you guys said, "Oh, you look good in red," I was like, "No, this is orange. This is orange."
It's just the way you're lighted on the camera.
Yeah.
When you leaned
Lighting, yeah.
over, we could see that it was orange. So
No, it's
do
fair. It's
apologise.
fair. And yeah, but my summer would be again. How disappointed would I be, or how upset would I be having won 3 in a row? Right? I can't win it every year. If I happen to lose it, and it's because Arsenal win it at the expense of United, oh, I'm enjoying my summer. Oh,
Yeah.
I'm enjoying my summer. I'm
Oh,
going to be talking about that all the time. Of course.
yeah. Yeah. So can I put a question to both of you, right?
Go for it, Ellie.
So Liverpool, say they win their last 4 games, right? And they win the league. How would that make you guys feel if you've dropped off as well? Because it's still possible that they could win the league.
Wait,
I'd
they're remaining 3 games, so that
They've
would
got 3, I
be
think.
They've got 3 games, so they can get 9 points, can't they?
yeah, that
So
would
that
take them to
officially they're not
84.
out of it, are they? Officially they're not out of
Officially, they're
it.
not, but that would mean that we'd have to almost. Oh, if I won two, ooh, I could only win 1 game because I would take. No, sorry, you could win 1 game, Lottie, because I would take you to 83, and you would have to lose your remaining games,
Yeah,
or you'd have to draw. You couldn't even draw all 4 games because you'd still beat them
We've
on
only got
goal
3.
differential. Yeah.
We've got
Oh,
Bournemouth,
yeah. You only have
United, Everton, and that's it.
you've
Yeah,
got 3 games
it'd
as
have to
well.
be an epic crumble. It'd have to be Liverpool showing fight that they haven't seen at all. I've been calling
Yeah,
them mentality minions, just for the
yeah,
record. They're mentality minions. If they
yeah,
would have to do the opposite and become the monsters that they claim to be, and then we would
yeah.
have to fall off a cliff. Queen, I
Yeah.
don't see it happening. I
I
don't see it
can't
happening.
see it happen, but if it did happen, how I want to know how that would make you feel.
Mad, upset, angry,
Yeah,
disappointed.
there
All
you
of the
go.
bad emotions. It would
Yeah.
lead me to a night of some bourbon. It's not. Nah,
I know.
nah.
And how about you, Lottie? How would that make you feel?
Do you know what? I'd be disappointed, but I've seen a lot of progress with Arsenal this season, bringing in the right signings and everything else.
Yeah.
I'd just be a bit disappointed. Other than that, I can't really fault them. Just
What I
can't do
was
it.
what I was thinking, I was going from the angle that you'll have to put up with Klopp's teeth.
What? I'll Tipex teeth. I'd be happy to see him go.
Yeah.
I,
Uh,
I
He's got sour
literally, everybody
grapes when
calls
he
him all these
loses,
different
let's put it
things,
that
and I'm
way.
the one person that's screaming Tipex teeth, and they all turn around and look at me like I'm nuts. It always looks
Yeah.
like he's put Tipex all over his teeth.
He does
I need
shine
Klopp
them
to go.
quite well. They're probably the cleanest teeth in the whole world. Next to Vader's.
Oh, well,
Teeth are very
yeah.
nice.
Thank
Yeah,
you,
I was
thank
just
you.
looking at the message behind you, Vader. Those
Yes.
who forget their past compromise their future. Very true. And all the teams that have got a glorious history can take pride in that, because a lot of
Ellie, rest
teams.
is in the back, sweetheart.
Yes, I've seen that. Yeah, he's coming in, the Man United fan. Here we go.
Mm.
Oh, hold
I
on.
wonder how much he heard of
Come
what I
back.
said.
There we go. Add to stage. Hello, Arrest. How you doing?
I'm alright. Lateness is greatness. So I do apologize, but yeah, I'm here. How you guys doing?
Well,
Not bad.
How's
yeah,
Not bad.
everyone?
not bad.
How's
Arrest.
everyone?
We're well. We're just reviewing who's
Are
going to
you
win the
well?
league.
Are you well, Ellie? Are you sure you're well?
I'm not really well. I'm sick, but I'm trying to put a face
Oh,
on it.
same as the football club. Yeah.
You know what I mean? We're
Oh.
sort of the biggest bottle jobs in the league. Not only are we the bottle jobs, we give it on a plate. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We go on, score. We'll play the high line, and Van der Ven won't always recover, and just go and score.
That's
You know,
tough.
it's a ridiculous. You know what? Ange Postecoglou's got to learn, right? I at first I thought, let him play his system. He's not going to change. We know this. He said, "This is the way I play. If you don't like it, lump it." Right? But we are lumping it because they're lumping it in our goal. The ball's going out in our goal a lot of times.
Queen, let me
But
defend Ange for a bit,
yeah,
because I see a lot of similarities in terms of a year one with him and Pep to a certain degree. Because everybody before Pep came to the league, they were saying, "Oh, his style of football is not going to work. Oh, wait until he plays in the English league and the physicality and the fight." And to a
yeah,
certain degree, they were right, because year one he didn't have the success that I think many claimed he would, but he did revamp in year two. And this is where I think Ange has an opportunity with him being so strong-minded with his philosophy.
yeah.
I think it's just, unfortunately, I don't think he has the quality of players just yet,
That's
right?
right.
His
No,
philosophy I kind of
it's
agree with,
evident,
because
isn't it?
I mean, I know Lottie got the result. The 3-2, she moves, all she wants is the 3 points. But
Yeah,
his
Oh,
phil-
whoa. The North London derby is more than that, isn't it, Ellie?
okay,
yeah.
my
I
bad, my
agree
Call
with
you
bad.
out on
you.
that one.
You got the 3 points, and you got the bragging rights as well. And
Yeah.
we're all going like this, us Spurs fans. We're walking around like this,
Yeah.
or
Whose
hiding under
signature
the
is that?
plate.
Whose signature is on your hat?
Yeah. Seven Sisters
Oh,
was a bit quiet
that's
afterwards.
Steve
Yeah.
Perriman, the great Steve Perriman.
Get the heck out of here.
Yes,
Listen,
No.
Seven Sisters was quiet after the match. So
That's
I'm not.
because it's been
I
painted
know.
red.
It was
Come on.
quiet, man. It was quiet. Yeah.
Yeah. See, I'm from Tottenham, guys, so it hurts even more. I'm not saying other fans from other areas, our fans from other areas don't feel it. Of course they do. But I was born and bred in Tottenham, and I played for Spurs ladies, and I just feel gutted that we lost to Arsenal. And that song they were singing about Postecoglou is shameful. See, I do love Postecoglou. Don't get me wrong, Beta, I do, and
Mm,
Lottie and rest, right? I just feel in the Premiership, he just has to tweak it slightly, get
yeah.
better players. He doesn't have to change his philosophy. He just has to tweak it a little bit. Just go back 5 more yards on the
Yeah.
defensive
If he
side.
doesn't have the quality, then kind of scale back
Yeah,
on what he wants to do. And when he does have the quality, he can be full tilt if he
yeah.
likes.
It can be full, high risk, high reward, because
Yeah.
that's what the game is. And you also need better passers of the ball. I
I
Yeah.
mean,
was
we're
gonna say that
talking
you
about.
need midfielders. You need
Yeah,
midfielders. Yeah.
we need midfielders, but you know what Pep said? He was in an interview and he was saying about Postecoglou that he loves his style because it reminds him of the Barcelona high press, high
Yeah.
reward. Yeah, right. But we haven't got Iniesta, we haven't got Xavi. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? We haven't got those players. We've got Højbjerg, Skip, Lo Celso.
Because Queen,
Yeah,
listen, I know Lottie looks all nice and calm today. She's got her hand on her chin and she's relaxed. But when it was 3-2, the final dying minutes in that game, I'm sure she was a little
yeah, squeaky bum side.
exactly. And the high
I'm
press
not even
was
joking. Like,
Because
I
I
was
think
sitting
we
there like
did
that.
deserve a draw at least.
the high
On
press
on
made
the balance
made
of
it
play.
possible. The high
Yeah,
press
on the
made it
balance of
possible.
play, I think we did deserve the 1
Well, if
Three
point.
Højbjerg
points.
doesn't own goal, if
Not the 3
Højbjerg,
point, but we did deserve a draw, I think, because we did push them. And when we changed the personnel, we've got a little bit better.
Well, you did outscore them that game. You scored 3 times. They scored twice.
Yeah, we did,
Yeah.
but they scored as well because it was disallowed from Havertz. So see they don't. These are details that don't change the match. What changed the match? The mentality of our squad and the firepower up front is not good enough, right?
Mhm.
And the defensive line being high, they just lobbed it over like Newcastle did, and they scored. And you get punished in this Premier League. It's very cruel, right?
And I have to say,
And you've got the best strikers and the best midfielders, so they do take their chances.
Saka's goal was I
Class.
saw it even before he did it. Like, he's and again, this is where it's not I'm not slighting him. I'm saying it's absolutely brilliant. When you know what the player wants to do, when you know what he's setting you up to do and you still can't stop it, I was like, I don't know how he puts defenders to sleep when they know he's trying to get it back on his left, and it was a brilliant goal. The high line, I guess, in that instance did cost you, but there was also defensive errors in terms of how they should have played Saka as well. Like, don't give him that left. Like, make him make a amazing goal with his right foot. But and he's going to be dangerous next season. I think he's going to be dangerous next season.
It's true because the
He
previous
could be
2
if
weeks,
he gets the right signings.
Yeah. If Levy opens the purse,
and if Levy loosens the purse strings as well.
So 2 weeks before, when we played Newcastle, because we had that break, didn't we? And then we played Arsenal. So the 2 weeks before, what Isaac did was very clever, right? So he held his run in his own half, right? And then the ball was played over the top, and then he ran. And you can't be offside when you're in your own half. See, that's what a lot of teams would be looking at to beat the high line. Sometimes it doesn't work, but that time it did because Isaac is a top quality striker. That's why a lot of top clubs are going to be after him at the end of the season.
I think Arsenal are after him.
Yeah, and if Newcastle let him go to Arsenal, I think that's going to be the cream of the cherry on top of the cake for Arsenal. Because I think you're just one player away from actually storming the league rather than, fighting it out with Man City.
Can I complain? Can I complain about Arsenal buying players? Can I do that?
Yeah, of course you can.
You
can do whatever you want, Beta. You're Beta.
If Lottie goes out and if she goes out and buys another midfielder and striker, I'm going to shamelessly say that she's bought the.
Jesus is looking at an exit at the minute, according to the papers. So I'm rubbing my hands together.
Jesus.
Yep.
You're just going to use him and abuse him 2 years, and now you want him out the door. Oh,
he's looking to go.
He's looking to go.
Is he looking to go, or are you pushing?
That's what the paper talk is. Paper talk.
I wonder who's going to snap him up. Maybe QPR, my husband's team.
It's all right. We'll shove him in Manchester Red. It's fine.
Yeah, I want to bring our rest in. I want to bring our rest in because you've made it to the FA Cup final against Beta's team, Man City. I want to see what you think about how that game's going to go. Do you think you've got a chance? Do you think it's going to be a hard fought, Manchester derby? How do you think you're going to fare?
Are you going to turn up?
I mean,
are you going to turn up?
Well, is Ten Hag going to turn up? That's the question, because all I'm hearing is excuses from him. Now, I watched the interview with Gary Neville today, and it's just same old Ten Hag, man. I know he said it himself. Apparently, he wanted Harry Kane. He wanted to sign Harry Kane before he went to Bayern. Listen, that's a lot of rubbish, because did we even put an offer for Harry Kane? I don't even remember. So, yeah.
Wasn't that the strongest rumour, though? That's where he was going.
Yeah, it was a strong rumour, but I mean, 2 years before he was going to Man City, but then it didn't work out because Levy's.
Thank goodness.
FA Cup final. I mean, listen, we was lucky against Coventry to even make it to the final, but listen,
absolutely,
we need a revenge.
It's an exciting final, I think.
You want revenge?
I'm looking forward to it as a neutral.
Well, I want revenge. Does Ten Hag want revenge himself? I'm not sure, but I want revenge because 14 seconds in, and we let Gundogan score like that. So listen,
12 seconds.
We need whatever, mate. Whatever.
2 seconds makes a massive difference. Did you know?
Are either of you two lads going to the match? Are you going to go to the match at all? Or is it a bit too much?
Crazy, mate. You know what Man United are charging? They're charging £150 for the tier 3. You know the top
Yeah,
one.
I've
That
been up
is-
there. I've
that
been
is
up there with
Wembley's
first place
tier
at Wembley.
I
3
don't
is
even pay that much
150.
to watch England from the top tier.
Wow.
It's £150 for the top tier. It's
Even
shameful, isn't it?
even Arsenal's prices weren't that bad. Wow.
Do you think it's because of just the magnitude of it being a derby, or is it always are
yeah.
FAs always like that? FA
No,
finals?
for me, I think it's the rivalry. I think it's the rivalry between each
Yeah,
other.
Okay.
yeah.
Even they've had to change the kickoff time because of obviously that. For me, listen, both ways. Fans I see fans that are angry at the kickoff timing, but they want to say, oh, they want to get police and all this rubbish. Saying, I mean, it's not really rubbish because there probably will be fights because this is Manchester
Yeah.
Derby, man. Listen,
Yeah.
better than North London Derby, but yeah, listen. I hope we got some players coming back. I think Lissandro Martinez will be
Lottie
back.
didn't like that one.
Martial,
Yeah.
I couldn't care less about him because he's leaving them free. So if Arsenal, if you want
I
to
think-
strike up, Martial
He's the
is free.
Yeah,
he's the
no, but,
bottom
like,
man of Manchester.
Don't you think you should be worrying about Eze and Elise first? Zane's just mentioned it in the chat, and I'm thinking, that's a very good shout.
Yeah.
Now we're linked with Olise, but I'm not sure about Eze though. Olise is the one that we're linked to. Apparently, we're front runners according
So
to
Rashford out and Elise in?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes. Rashford can go to PSG, mate. So PSG, give me 50 million or 60 out. He's yours. Maybe even lower, to
Yeah.
be fair. But listen, I'm not looking forward to that FA Cup final because I don't trust these players. But yeah, listen, we'll see. Listen, we're the type of club to win 1-0. 1-0 and see it out because we're the type of club to beat Man City and then lose
You're
to
not going to push for penalties if they score.
Who's that for Man City or for us?
Both of you. If it's a draw at full time plus extra time, and you're not going to push for.
Penalties. No, man. Not in the final. No.
Penalties. They're
I'll be having
exciting
my eyes
penalties,
closed for
but
that.
I don't like them.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yes.
look.
I've had a penalty shootout against City this season, and we won that. So I'm quite curious to see what you wanted to do.
Yeah, see, I've had one in the Champions League and look how that went. But look, for me, we do have players. Like I said, we'll have some players that will be back before the final. I think Luke Shaw might be back, but listen, all these players I'm mentioning, Luke Shaw needs to be gone, man. This summer, I hope he goes because he's been at the club for way too long. Martial can go on the free. Any club that want him on the strike, you can have him because he's a free.
I hope Spurs don't
Maybe
get
Spurs.
Come on. Come on,
Spurs
don't.
get Martial.
We don't want your second.
Obviously, you're trying to get rid
players.
of Werner now, so I don't know what you guys are trying to do now, but
He
yeah.
hasn't played for a whole year. He must be totally. I know footballers they keep fit, but it's not match fit, you know.
Martial.
And yeah, because if Spurs go in for Martial, which is there is a strong rumor that we're going in for him, but whether it's true or not, I don't know. But if we do, I won't be happy because he hasn't played for about I don't know when the last time he played, ages ago, wasn't it?
I can't remember. I honestly can't remember.
You know, that's how bad it is. You can't even remember. Anyway, I want to welcome a few people into the chat, yeah? So we've got Eltel Cockerell saying, good evening, lovely Ellie and Lottie. That's before you guys join. So obviously he would say good evening to the lads as well. And then we've got Noel Kane. Welcome, Noel, the man from Montrose. Good evening, Ellie and Lottie and the rest and Beta. I'll add that for you, boys. Hope you're both well, darlings. Yeah, we're doing okay. We're doing okay. Then Noel Kane again, he's saying, it's crunch time. Yes, Man City do have a game in hand. But here's my question, ladies. Can Arsenal get it over the line and win their last 3 remaining games? We'll touch on that in a minute, yeah? I'm just going to see who else is in the chat. Yeah, we've also got Jessie from Jessie Talks Football fan. Hey all, she's just saying, hey all. Well, yeah, you know what I mean. She's a lovely lady. She was on my channel earlier today. Well, not my channel, it's Eltel Cockerell, but I was holding the fort. Yeah, and then Noel Kane is again saying, evening, Eltel. See, they're talking to one another. And then what else we got here? We've got the Mile High Hotspur. That's our, I don't know if you know him, that's our Leo. We always say, hi, Leo. Hi, Leo. He came over from America, Lottie, for the London Derby. Yeah.
Oh.
He's from Denver, Colorado, and his podcast is the Mile High Hotspur. So big up the Mile High Hotspur. Well done, Leo. We all love you. Jordan Hyman is saying, "Hey Nippon," but no Nippon here today.
Yeah, Nip
He's
not
telling-
here. Not
yeah,
here.
he's not. He's skiving. Right, and then Eltel Cockerell saying, "Leo, you have missed the first game of predictions." That's on his own channel as well. Zayn Hanif, forget Man City. Ten Hag needs to worry about Eze and Elise first. That's the one you alluded to, isn't it, Lottie?
Yes, it
And
is.
then-
It is.
Yeah. And then the rest, you're saying Nippon's gone a board meeting with Bowley.
He'd
You-
probably be telling him
I
to
wonder-
sack Poch next.
You know what?
Yeah.
We have to listen. We have to address Nippon when he's back because he didn't have the best of weeks, but he did have a good result recently, and he's not around. So we're gonna have to speak to him. We're gonna have to speak to him.
Yeah. Do you know what? That cup final is going to be very interesting because everybody's saying, well, everybody's money should be on Man City, shouldn't it? Really, if you're a betting person,
What was the best one?
would
City.
be-
They get
yeah.
injured.
But you know what? Manchester United, they came back against Liverpool, right? They got it over the line in the semi-final, and I just think maybe the cup it's got their name on. You know, when you think there's a little bit of a destiny, you know. But
Queen, what are you doing?
I know. Do you know what it is, Beta? I don't like to spoil the apple cart for you, but it's just when Spurs won the FA Cup and Gaza won it for us basically, and then he done the dirty in the final and injured himself. We took the cup.
Ellie, are you
Yeah.
saying that Man United men can have the men's FA Cup, but the Spurs women are taking the women's FA Cup? Is that what you're telling me?
Of course. Come on, you Spurs ladies. Come on.
Sorry, the
No, I'm
Spurs have
looking
got
at-
Man United in their FA Cup as well, so both
We
squads
got
on either side of the
Martha
fence have made it to the
Spurs.
finals.
We got Martha.
Well, the thing is, what's so funny?
Bare
Won both
fingers.
managers of Manchester, men and women out. So yeah,
Mm.
I'm telling you, these Spurs
true.
ladies, they got spirit, right?
Fox.
Right. When we played Leicester, we went 1-0 down. There was 83 minutes on the clock, and up pops Naz with a fantastic goal. The whole ground
Ex-Arsenal player.
erupted. And we beat Arsenal this year as well for the first time in our history, 1-0
What
with
a
a
trophy.
fabulous
Yeah.
goal. You battered us in terms of possession and
The long-
chances on goal, but
Oh,
our
yeah.
goalie had the worldie, Barbara. She played out of this world, and we got it over the line. And then
Ellie, please stop reminding me that game's erased from my mind. I was sitting in your North stand. No, thank you.
but I have to big them up because expert lady, so I'm so proud of them. I'm an ambassador on behalf of her game too. So you know, I've got a pride in my heart for the Spurs ladies. But when it comes to well, it's going to be tough because Man United have got some England international with Ella Toone. They've got well, we've got Gracie Clinton, but she can't play and she's on loan from them, and she's just broken into the England squad, right?
Yeah.
And then they've got Katie Zellum, and they've got
Katie
Mary
Zen's not
Earp.
that good. I'm sorry.
She's
She's not that good.
alright. She's not that bad, right? And they've got
I'm
that
not a
other
fan.
new player,
Forget
Lucia
England's number
Garcia.
one, Mary Ertz.
They've got the new Spanish girl, Lucia Garcia. She's a tasty player, very good. And Mary Earp's in goal. It's going to be
She's
a
leaving,
hard
by the way.
match
She
for
is
Spurs
gonna go up this season, Mary
to win.
Ertz. She's yeah. No way she's staying.
She's not. I don't think she's been as good this season because following from the World Cup, I've been watching her. She's still brilliant, and she's still probably the best goalie in the world. I would say. I'll put my hat on that. But we've got Drew Spencer. We've got Drew Spencer. We've got Becky Spencer in goal, and Drew Spencer is an ex-Chelsea player. She's got the minerals to unlock the defences. And
Do you know
Naz is
what? I just
playing
want
out
Beth
of her
England to
skin.
get a trophy.
Yeah, we need to get a trophy, right?
Yeah.
We've won the second division trophy and we've won lesser trophies. But if we win this one, it's a start, and then you can build, yeah? Because we've got Beth England, who's a fabulous player, and Martha Thomas, she's fabulous. I love her. She came on and scored our winner. And then we've added other sprinkles. We've got Charlie Grant from Australia, very good player. Luana Beulah in defence, holding our defence together. And then we've got my favourite player, Ash Neville, right? All right, she's not the best defender in terms of where she is now, because she shouldn't be playing right back. She should be a defensive midfielder or even a box to box midfielder. That's my personal opinion. And I think that role would suit her, because defending is a different skill. Yeah. And they've put her as right back. And I just think it's because she's got older. Yeah. And she's slowed down a bit. They think we'll give her that role. But sometimes you could get fanned out by a faster winger. And you know, Lottie, the best players in any team, man or women, are usually the wingers. They're the ones that can hurt you. All right, a creative midfielder with the vision is fantastic as well. But those wingers, they really are vital to a team, and they're usually the
Absolutely.
fastest players. Yeah. So I'm just hoping for a Spurs victory. If we do get it over the line, I'll be the happiest woman on earth. I'm telling you, and I'll be celebrating. I won't go home. I'll go to Tottenham High Road, and I'll do what we did when we won the FA Cup. We were the FA Cup champions right up to 1991, and then Arsenal took over. Arsene Wenger came, and then he won 7 FA Cups. Arsene Wenger, that's incredible. You know.
Beta, before you vamoose, can you give us your predictions for the weekend?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
I believe you were playing. Oh, one sec, where's my fixtures gone?
Come on,
I'm playing
Wolves.
Wolves.
Come on,
I'm
Wolves.
playing
Wolves.
Wolves.
Yeah, everyone's rooting for
And
Wolves,
I'm
even
on my
me.
phone.
Why? Why are you guys rooting for? Why?
It's
Why are you
my
rooting
club's
for
benefit. That's why.
Okay, but let's
My club's benefit. I'm allowed to root for the Wolves. Thank you very much. Plus, we've already won the trophy, so all good.
Lottie, hear me out, Queen, or hear me out. Let's have Arsenal and City win the remaining games until the final day. If there's drama, let it be on the final day, because then we all play at the same time.
Yeah.
Then it's like, oh, you're checking scores.
The
thing is, I'm going to be sitting in the Emirates at that point, and I don't want that.
Why? Why don't you? But that's
because
the more
I want
dramatic.
to be focusing on my own game. I don't want to
No, but
be
Arsenal's
checking.
at 12:30 now.
I remember the year that Aston Villa went down, right? It was the first year Newcastle absolutely tanked Tottenham Hotspur. And it was at the point we were all cushy. We were about 3-4-0 up. And you got these little crowds of people popping up celebrating every time Newcastle scored. It was hilarious.
Yeah.
But it's also a case of like it's going down the line, and it's just like I want to concentrate on my team and not stress myself out.
I think the drama would be epic.
It's
I
kind
think
of
it would
like
be.
when you say if you were watching the game at home, you can have it on multiple screens, but I'm in the ground. This is where I want my focus to be.
The honest truth, even when I watched Champions League, and we had the honor of watching that this year, right, Lottie? If there other games were happening, I'm still dialed in. I don't know the results until maybe I'll check halftime, but typically I don't know anything until my game's over. That's like how dialed in I am. But I'm just thinking of the emotions, like the uncertainty, and that's why. And again, selfishly, I'm remembering we don't have a Liverpool fan here today, but when it was 2 seasons ago, and we went down to Aston Villa, and we had that comeback with Gundogan and Sterling and Rodri. It was just such an epic day. Whereas, like, I don't know if we reinvented but I just remember it. So that's why I was like, what if something gets to where it's undecided until the final day, and then we're just like, I have to shake your hand at the end of the day. That's kind of like what I want. But yeah, I'm predicting. I say all that. I'm predicting Arsenal to win. I think Arsenal and Bournemouth. You guys are slapping them.
Are we writing these scores down, Lottie? Are you gonna
I'll write them down. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, because I'm on my phone, so I can't do it.
It's all right. 1 second. One second. Right. Veta, what's the score going to be?
3-0 Arsenal over Bournemouth.
Yeah, that sounds
good. I'm actually saying 2-1, but I think it might be 3-1 for City versus Wolves.
Welcoming Prime to the stream. Yeah.
Prime's in the mix. Nice.
Hello, are you there, Prime?
Yeah, I am. Hello.
What it do?
Okay, yes, how are you today?
Right, and then we're
just doing
West Ham Chelsea, Veta.
West Ham, Chelsea. Do Chelsea remain on this high? Is the question.
Mm.
I think they do. West Ham aren't that great right now, and I think Chelsea. I think Poch has kind of figured something out. He's gonna put all those
Chelsea are
Poch
also at
outers.
home.
They're also at home. Yeah. Chelsea's winning. 2-1.
You'll see.
Okay. And then Liverpool vs the Queen's team at Anfield.
Oh,
This
oh.
there needs to be a bounce back.
Well,
There needs to be a bounce back. It would be if how do
yeah.
I mean, dare I say, it will be the Spursy thing to do to lose and now win versus Liverpool.
It'll be a
Because
miracle.
Klopp has been suffering losses to who he shouldn't be suffering losses to, like the Everton game,
Fraud.
and then before that. So
Crystal
yeah,
Palace at home,
Klopp
1-0.
Spurs
fraud.
Spurs score first against Liverpool, like many teams have done, and then Liverpool answer, and then Spurs win 2-1.
Whoa, thank you.
Yeah.
I like that score.
And then it's Palace vs United in the depths of South London.
Yeah, the deepest, darkest depths.
Yeah.
Ten Hag, come on, Ten Hag, you're winning.
This is Monday night, 8:00.
Monday night. Yeah,
Yeah.
Monday night, 8.
Monday.
Okay, yeah.
Cold
You
this
guys are
day.
winning this. Horace, you guys are winning this. Crystal Palace, and it's going to be an ugly 1-0.
Interesting, especially considering the form of Eze, Elise, and Mateta.
Yeah, they've hit a
1-0.
niche. They've beaten Liverpool, so they're on a high, aren't they?
Exactly. And then we went on to lose to Villa.
Yeah. Well done.
And if there's any
Unai
other
Emery
score
was very
predictions,
happy.
please, I'll look to get back to you guys in the group chat. But
No worries. I think the only one we've missed is Liverpool. So yeah,
oh,
okay, Veta. Are you flying? You're flying somewhere.
No.
Oh no, we've got them all.
Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah, I gotta run. I gotta get back
darling.
into my work desk and stuff.
But thank you very much for joining us. It was fantastic.
Absolutely. Queen,
and thank you for giving Spurs the win against Liverpool.
Hey,
I'll blow you a kiss.
Don't make me a liar, Queen. Don't make me a liar. Catch you.
No, thank you very much, Veta.
Prime,
You take
Oris,
care. Have
Lottie,
a lovely
Queen.
evening.
Catch you guys.
See you,
Have a
mate.
lovely evening.
See you,
Take
mate.
Yeah.
See our shit. Yeah, cool.
So are we continuing with the score predictions, or do we want to move on and then do that towards the end?
We can do that towards the end. I just wanted to grab Vetas before he ran.
Because he was going to go, wasn't he? Yeah. I think we should talk about maybe next season. You know, what your sort of thoughts are on next season, where you think you're going to stand, all the teams, including you, Prime. I mean, how do you see your? I will start with Prime because he's come new to the stream. How do you think your season's going to go next season?
I think we will have a better season next season because hopefully Poch won't be here, and we will bring in more like experience and leadership into this first 11.
100%. You do need it. What I see at Chelsea, a lot of young players finding their way, but they're hitting a little bit of a niche, and then they go backwards, and then they hit another niche, and then they go backwards. It's not been consistent enough, and that's where the older players can help you out, the more experienced players, to help the youngsters through a rocky patch sometimes as well. So yeah, Chelsea have done. I've been very impressed with the way you've been playing, I must admit, you know, and I know from my own days at Spurs with Poch, the first season was a little bit rough, and then he started hitting his niche. Obviously, he didn't get us over the line, but he made us relevant again, right? We were nowhere before Poch. We were in the wilderness, and he took us to a Champions League final. I'm not saying that, you know, he's not going to do that for Chelsea. I'm just saying that he has got some credibility in football. All right.
Yeah, but like
he lost finals, and he's lost the final for you as well. So
yeah,
you
like
might. I just want to get your angle on that. Yeah.
When he was at Spurs, that was a long time ago. People forget that. Like back when he was at Spurs, that was what 20.
Yeah. He left
16, 2017,
2016,
2018. That's a long time ago in football. So
yeah.
I don't
He left
I don't know.
2018, so it's only 6 years
Yeah,
ago.
yeah, but that's still a long time. I mean, 2018. What Chelsea won the league the year before that, 2017. Like, that's a
Yeah.
long time ago. It's a while back.
I'll
So
get you.
I don't
I'll get
know.
you.
I don't think he should stay. I wouldn't.
Okay. Fair enough.
Just because, yeah, we can talk about the young players and us having injuries, and you can say that's maybe affected it. But like tactically in games, the majority of the season we've been awful. Poch hasn't done enough to help us either himself.
Yeah. I
Because
hear
at
that from a lot
times
of
as a
Chelsea fans.
manager, yeah, you can get all the excuses and stuff, and I hear that. But sometimes you just have to coach your way out of things. You look at what's going on at Man United right now. Yes, maybe their players might not be the best. Yeah, the ownership is not the best. But Ten Hag,
Yeah.
instead of complaining all the time, coach your way out of it. You know, as a manager, you can coach your way out of situations, and he's
Yeah.
not. He hasn't been doing that.
Can I ask you one thing as well? I personally think Poch got a raw deal coming in when he came in because Bowley had already bought the players, so none of those players he selected. All right, and he's worked with the team to find out his best 11, and he hasn't quite worked it out. He sort of chopped and changed, played it. What I hear from Chelsea fans playing players out of position and then lots and lots of injuries. So you haven't really, in my opinion, you haven't seen the best of Poch. I'm not saying he's the greatest manager. What I'm saying, he can build. He showed it at Spurs that he can build a team, and he made us relevant. You know, Spurs, we were in the doldrums before, right? But Chelsea, you've got pedigree, like recent pedigree, where you've won leagues, you've won Champions Leagues, you've won cups. You know, all you need is for, if it's not with Poch, with another manager, you're going to go forward. You need more experience, like you said, to add to those young players. And then I think you'll be cooking. I really do. Because I
Yeah,
can
but
see a
like,
lot of positives coming out of Chelsea, especially Cole Palmer. What a find from Man City. Man City let him
yeah,
go.
but we can talk. But if we had a lot more experienced players this season, they would
Yeah,
have stopped playing for Poch. One thing I can say is a
fair
lot of the
enough.
young players in the squad, they like Poch. Poch is a likable person. These
He
guys
is.
like him, so they've. It's not as if they've stopped playing for Poch. If we had a lot more experienced squad, they would have stopped playing for him, and Poch would have got sacked a lot earlier. So,
Mm.
like
I
him
don't
talking
know.
about experience, does he really want experience? Because if he brings in the experienced players and we are still performing badly, they will get him sacked.
Do
So
you
ultimately, I
think
think he has to go.
so? You think if Chelsea do strengthen with experienced players, that's the end of Poch because those players
No,
will
I,
overpower
no,
him.
I think he needs to fix up tactically and start coaching a lot more.
Right.
And he's been
Okay.
kind of doing that the past few games, but it's too little, too late now.
Yeah.
You can't
Well, the Spurs
overwrite what
fans,
he's supposed
her
to do.
Spurs fans, we're saying he's Agent Poch. He's gone in to ruin Chelsea. Sorry about that, but that's what the fan base mostly say, that he's our Agent
Um,
Poch. He's
I
gone
mean,
in.
we're not really ruined. We are 9 points away from
I
Spurs with
know
4 games
that
to
was
go. We're
just a
not really
joke,
ruined.
by the way. That was just a joke, Prime. It's the
Yeah.
Spurs fans. We will cling on to anything that'll make us relevant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we're not relevant at the moment. Yeah. All right, we're fifth, but that's not a
Technically,
trophy,
Ellie,
is
you're the
it?
kingmakers, and I just think you've buckled under the
We're
pressure.
trophy dodgers, aren't we? We are. The reality is we're trophy dodgers. And like now,
I'll
I
give you
have to
that.
say it as it is, Lottie. We are. We've won
I
one
know,
trophy
I
in
know. I'm just
24
trying not to
years.
poke the bear too much after Sunday. That's all, Ellie.
Yeah, but I'm real. Like you can poke the bear, I'll poke the bear with you. You get the back and I'll get the front.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, but I want to move the conversation on as well. I want to see now the last four games, right? We've touched on it, haven't we? Right? You touched on Lottie that if it's the last game, it's going to be squeaky bum time, right? So you're in the frame with none of our teams, all right? So we're all out of it because Vater's gone. Now Vater's gone, right? If for example, right, you needed 1 point to win the league, and your last game is against Everton, I believe. Is that correct? At home, right? And Everton beat you, right? Just this is the scenario. Everton beat you, and you're in the stadium. No, sorry, they're beating you with 5 minutes to go, and you need 1 point to seal it. So they're winning 1-0, and you get the goal. You get the goal. I'm giving you the goal, Lottie. See how kind the Spurs fans are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Few to
Right,
the
you
exception
get
of
the
the
goal.
rule.
You haven't won the league since, is it 10 years ago or 12 years ago you won it?
20.
20.
Oh, bloody
20
hell.
years this year.
It doesn't seem like, see how time flies. I mean, I was only 41 then. Bloody hell, I was young
I
lady.
was 12 years old standing in White Hart Lane. Never forget
See?
that.
Yeah. But if it happens, what would your celebration be? How would the day unveil after you've won the league? What would your plans be? What would you do? Because I want to
Because I
hear.
can legally now go drink. I'd go and get pissed with my mates and just flood Holloway Road like we did last time.
Yeah,
It's
that
just
sounds good.
yeah.
And then
That's
would you
it.
come
That's how
down
it
to White
goes.
Hart Lane and sort of write Arsenal all over our grand?
Nah, I'm not that person. I know some people would, but I'm not that person. There won't be no conga lines, no nothing. Unlike you lot
No.
about shame about the Arsenal. I didn't get the
Shame
conga
about
line.
the
That was weird.
Arsenal. Yeah, or rest.
But yeah, no, I'm
I
still
wanna-
enjoying the remnants of St. Totteringham's Day as well. So all good.
I was going to ask a rest quickly. Or rest. If you win the FA Cup against Man City, because you've got a chance, right? There's always a chance. All right, Man City are favourites, obviously. But if you win it, what would your celebration day be like after you've won it? What would you do?
Well, I'll still be no.
Well, we wouldn't hear the end of
I
it for
mean,
a
listen,
start.
I mean,
I want to
I
know
am
what
legal,
the rest
so I'll
is
probably
going to
be
do.
drinking. So you can be see me drinking.
So we've got two drunken
You
so
can see
far.
me ranting. You could listen. Even even when we win games, I still have to complain about us. That's how terrible we are. Now, when we win games, we don't actually deserve. So, yeah, you probably won't see me on Nip and Shaw on Saturday or Friday if he calls me up again. So, yeah. So
But you'll beat Palace though.
we won't beat Paris. No, I don't think so.
United down to beat Palace 3-1.
No.
I think Palace are a weird side. You never
No,
know what
Lottie's
you're going to
got that
get with
down.
them. They're such a weird side. And they've got a new manager and he's organised them a lot better, I think. He's got them more
Well,
organised,
I don't know how
especially when they played Liverpool.
we're not
Yeah.
beating Paris, man. Olise is gonna absolutely spin our defense.
And then they've got Eze,
Well,
haven't they? They've got
Palace are on
Mateta.
a little purple.
They've got some good players. IO as well.
Palace are on the manager bounce, bro. You'll be fine.
Yeah, but that manager is very good with Eintracht Frankfurt.
He's got a European
He won
record.
the
Yeah,
Europa
yeah.
League.
Yeah.
He won the Europa League, beating Rangers, I believe. A couple of was it 3 seasons ago? Yeah, I think it was 3 seasons ago or 2 seasons ago.
Yeah, it was a couple of seasons ago either way.
He's got good pedigree, the manager. And Crystal Palace, they're the sort of team that you don't know what you're going to get. Look, they go to Liverpool and win 1-0, and then they'll lose to Fulham or Bournemouth or Luton. They're not consistent enough. But I think this manager's got them more organised. But Arrest says he's going to get drunk. You're drunk, so that's 2 drunkards. Right, so
You're telling me
Prime,
you wouldn't go and get drunk if you won the league, Ellie?
I'm going to get drunk
She's
if
not used
Spurs
to it, man.
ladies
She's
win
not
the
used to
FA
it.
Cup. I haven't been drunk for a number of years, So I'm 61 now, going on 62.
No, you're not. No way.
Yeah, I'm going to be 62 in November, right? So I've got to watch what I do because the blood boils.
Yeah.
When you get older, the
The
blood
thing is,
boils.
then it must be really difficult to keep your blood pressure down with your team. In that case,
Definitely, I'm sure it's off the scales with Spurs. It's been like that for 24 years, but since Levy took over.
Well, at least he
Yeah.
knows about Chelsea, so it's fine.
See, Levy's made us into a conglomerate club. Apparently, we're the richest in London, and maybe the richest. We're not the richest in the world, but
Pretty
apparently
sure it's
we're
Arsenal, no?
But what does that mean? What does richest in London mean? It doesn't
Net
mean
worth.
nothing to me.
It's
But the amount
I
of
want to be
concerts,
richest in
and the
trophies.
go-kart
the
racing underneath, that's where
concerts
your
and the
money comes
go-kart,
from.
Yeah,
exactly.
The
we've got
boxing.
I mean,
Beyonce, we've got
Levy's
the
made
Gold
you
Cup.
relevant. Levy's made you relevant.
Well, not really, because we've only won one cup since he's been here. How's that
Yeah, but
made
you're
us
a top
relevant?
6 side because of Levy.
Yeah, but that's not a trophy. I'm in it to win the trophies. I'm
Yeah,
all
but
about the
you-
glory. Danny Blanchflower, our great captain of our 60-61, the game is about glory, not making the other team boring.
yeah,
They're
but
bored,
you,
they're
but
bored
you,
to death.
yeah, but you were talking about the great work that Poch did for Spurs. Levy
Yeah.
has done more for Spurs than Poch did.
I don't think so. Not in my book. Right.
I mean,
They both
you talk about,
didn't win a trophy, so they're
yeah,
both
but you
equal in my book.
celebrate, yeah, but you celebrate Poch. You should also celebrate what Levy did as well. Then,
Well, he's the manager. Levy's not the manager, he's our chairman. It's his job to make sure that the manager's backed. And what he did to Poch
but
was
he,
disgraceful.
he actually did back Poch. Poch didn't win anything.
No, that's where you're wrong. He didn't back him, right? Because 560 odd days, he didn't give him one player while he was going to build the stadium.
That Spurs team was good enough to win a Carabao Cup at least, and that's on Poch, not on Levy. I know
Yeah, but
Levy has done bad parts as well.
You've got to see
Like,
You've got to see
it
see it
seems
from
like it's always praise for Poch, but it's always the negatives about Levy. When I think it's
yeah,
somewhere in
because
between.
yeah, I'll get your point, but because Levy has held that back every single manager, why do you think Antonio Conte came out and ranted? He said, I was going to hold my tongue, but now I'm going to let it go. He goes, I've seen the managers Spurs have had. And then there's the owners. He's calling out the owners because they don't back the manager. They do not. And they're going to do it to Postecoglou as well. They will do it to him. And they've got a
Oh, no,
track
I
record.
agree.
One trophy in 24 years. And they're building hotels. They're inviting Beyonce. They're doing go-kart. It's a corporate club. You go into Spurs, right? You go to Arsenal and there's a flavour. There's a smell of success, right? You go to Manchester City, there's a flavour, there's a smell of success. You go to Chelsea, you see the statues, you see all the memorabilia, you see everything about Chelsea is about winning trophies. Okay, you haven't won some for a little while, but it's not a long time, right? You go to Spurs, no statues,
Go-karting.
nothing, not one statue. We've got Bill Nicholson, who he won the league for us in 1950-51 as a player, and he done the double, the first London manager to do
But
it,
there's no
to do the
impetus
double.
for Spurs to
And
win anything.
there's nothing there. There's
your
nothing
fans,
there.
your fans
You
are
don't
accepted,
even know
are
you're at a
accepting of
football
it
club.
though. Your fans are
No,
accepting of it though.
I know my football club, right? And Levy's made us into a corporate club, right? And he's pricing out a lot of the
Yeah,
pensioners.
I know,
And
but your
also, what he's
fans,
done is very disgraceful. He's
I
actually
know, but
taken away all the concessions of the
your
pensioners.
fans, I know, but your fans accept it though. Your
No, we
fans
don't.
accept
That's
no,
where you're wrong. We don't accept
the
it, and
fact that Spurs fans that
there's
I
going to be a
speak to and I
backlash.
see online, so long as you guys are playing attractive football and everything looks good, you
That's
guys
that's
accept it.
that's what you read. That's what you read. But the
No,
truth
it's
is,
what I see.
our yeah,
People
on social
celebrated.
media, but
People,
you don't know the true
what?
fans. Us
No,
true
no, but
fans,
I'm only telling you. I'm only telling you what I see. Fans were celebrating getting rid of Mourinho 6 days before a cup final. Like, your fans are
not the real
accepting
fans.
of things like this. I'm not saying all fans are, and I'm not putting you in that boat, but I'm only telling you what I see. Fans are so long as Spurs play attractive football.
I don't want to get in an argument about Levy. The main thing is, right, he hasn't done well for our club. He's done well for the business side of our club, but the club football's about winning, yes? It's about competing. It's about winning trophies. It's not about building hotels or building go-karts underneath or inviting Beyonce or having boxing matches. Right? That's all very good if you're going to put it back into the club, but I can't see it. I can't see him backing our manager because he's not done it. And when you say he backed Poch He didn't. He didn't back Poch. We got to that Champions League final by hook or by crook because we had some really good players that Poch nurtured, right? And we had a fantastic defence. We had Lloris in his prime. We had Jan Vertonghen, Toby. We had Danny Rose, and we had Wanyama, who was a Trojan in midfield, right? Who Poch brought from Southampton. We had a very, very good team. Then we had Prime Dele Alli, right? But we couldn't get it over the line against Liverpool in the final because of the handball didn't help us in the first 1 minute where Mane hit it on Sissoko's knee and it bounced up on the top of his shoulder and they give a goal. But I'm not saying Levy's all bad, right? I'm not saying Levy's all bad, but he hasn't helped us, right? In terms, and also the things when you go to the club, right? I've been to the training ground and you walk in and it's not like a football club. There's nothing there that smells success. When you go Arsenal, the first thing you see is Thierry Henry's statue. Fantastic. We haven't got that. We haven't got a statue of Glenn Hoddle. We've got a mural of Harry Kane, who's gone now, and we've got a mural of Ledley King. That wasn't got nothing to do with Levy. It was to do with the Tottenham Supporters Trust. They did it. Yeah, nothing to do with Levy. Right. So I'm quite bitter in terms of I want our club to be successful and we haven't been, right? And I've seen success because I'm from that era that saw success. And you've got players like Steve Perryman on my hat. You see Steve Perryman, what a fantastic captain he was for Tottenham. He's our most decorated player as well. And he goes to Spurs and he tells me privately, which I won't tell you, but he's not really welcomed at Spurs. That's our captain, the greatest Spurs captain with Danny Blanchflower. I put him in that bracket and he's not welcomed. What does that tell you about our club? See, so I know a lot about our club that other people don't know, right? And I'm not saying you're wrong because what you read on social media, some of it is true, Prime. Some of it is true. Some of the fans are accepting, but the ones that are not are in my age group and just below, because
I'm only telling you, like from the Spurs fans I've actually spoken to. So I'm just like, so again, I'm not saying you fit into this, but there are a lot of Spurs fans that think this way. And it's part of why your club is like this.
I have to talk to them. I have to get them. I have to get them in the corner and talk to them because I'm at the Spurs ground, right? And I'm sitting in the concourse and I'm educating the youngsters. They don't even know who Glenn Hoddle is. Our youngsters, you know. Like,
are you actually serious? Even I know who he is, and I'm an Arsenal fan.
They don't even know who he's the greatest Spurs footballer that I've ever seen, right? And I say, you don't know who Glenn Hoddle is. Then I'll start showing them.
Your club just neglects its history, and it's actually disgraceful. Sorry, Ellie, but it's disgraceful.
It really
don't honour
is.
your history.
Like Vater's sign said, don't forget your history because it shapes your future. It does.
Absolutely. I mean, if you look at the new Arsenal murals and stuff, we've got the likes of Rocky on there. We've got Ian Wright on there. We've got Jane Ludlow on there. We've got the likes of Rachel Yankee up there. We've got our Women's Champions League trophy up there alongside our Gold Premier League trophy on the murals with both teams on it.
Celebrating.
Like, exactly. And it's if you remember your past, you know where you're going.
Yeah. Like I go to Arsenal's ground and I feel like jealous. I really do. I go to Man City's ground, I feel jealous. I go to Newcastle's ground, they've got Bobby Robson, they've got Alan Shearer. You know, they're in bronze. And it's got beautiful writing about them. It's not just a mural.
Yeah, and you're just a corporate stadium. Unfortunately, there's nothing about it.
Do you know?
Yes, it might be one of the best in the country right now, but there's nothing about it. There's nothing there.
I know, right?
Apart from the blue plaque, our little blue plaque up there. That's about it.
There's another thing I haven't told you about. Laurie Cunningham, the great Laurie Cunningham. I was at Brisbane Road and I walked through the park and there's a bronze statue of Laurie Cunningham, who actually lived down my road. His family lived down my road in Beaconsfield Road in Tottenham. and I looked at the statue. I didn't know it was there, right? And I looked at, because he played in the East End, didn't he? Right. So basically, I'm looking at it and I'm thinking, he passed away, didn't he, in the car crash? Yeah. Unfortunately, he went to Man United, played fantastic for Man United. Laurie Cunningham. Yeah. I'm seeing him and I'm thinking, why can't Spurs have a statue of Glenn Hoddle, a statue of Bill Nicholson? You know, we've got nothing. And you look out and you look at the ground from opposite and you see Beyonce, Beyonce, Beyonce. There she's coming, right? Nothing about Spurs. And it angers me. It really angers me that I'm looking at my ground and I'm seeing Beyonce instead of Glenn Hoddle scoring a brilliant goal, flashing up, or
I-
Gazza scoring the brilliant goal against Arsenal. You know, that's
yeah.
what you want to see. Right,
Yeah,
I'm
the thing is,
nothing
we have
against
that.
Beyonce. I love the woman. She's
Yeah.
a fantastic singer, but I don't want
But
to
on
see
match
it.
day, you don't want to be seeing that. That's the point.
No,
Even when you walk up to the Emirates, we've got the billboards outside the Armory, and they've although it's got mostly our advertising, you do get the odd goal on match day up and running.
yeah,
Although it's mostly to do with our Arsenal kits and other merch for people to go
yeah.
in and get.
You got to make
But
money as a football club. You
oh
can't
yeah, no,
fault
of course,
Levy. You can't fault Levy for
of course.
making
But
money.
you
But
no,
what's the
but you
point of
can't
making all that money
neglect
if
your
you've
club
got
at the same
nothing
time.
to show for it? Yeah, because
And that's what
money,
it is. The only
money.
time I've seen any improvement out of Tottenham Hotspur is when Poch was at the wheel. There was a project
Yeah,
there, and Levy didn't want to invest in it,
yeah,
and that ultimately was your downfall. If you kept going with Poch, I do feel like you would have won something eventually.
yeah. And we've
Because
had 17 managers,
you
Lottie.
take Poch out, you took Poch out
17.
of Spurs, and put him somewhere else. He went on to win trophies, so he
Yeah.
can win trophies.
And
But
lots of our players have gone from our club and won trophies, but we've had 17 managers and we sacked one of them at half
the
time.
only
A
person who's left your
European
club and not
game.
won anything is Harry Kane
Yeah.
at
And
this point.
that's a crying shame. Harry
It is.
Kane, a fantastic striker. Probably the best that England have ever seen with Alan Shearer and Jimmy Greaves and Thierry Henry. He's up there, isn't he? Kenny
No, he's up there with
Dalglish.
Jimmy Greaves and Alan Shearer. He's in the top three for me.
Yeah,
But he just
100%.
he's got all these records, fantastic, brilliant. They're there to be broken.
Yeah.
There's no silverware, and that's the only
No
thing he's missing.
silverware. I know. And if he wins the Champions League this year, I'll take my hot hat off to him because he scored 43 goals this season, I believe, for Bayern Munich, and he
Yeah,
didn't
and
win
he's
the
getting a
league.
nice cannon-shaped trophy and all.
Do you see what I mean? It's such a shame for Harry Kane. Personally, I feel my heart goes out to him. I want him to win the Champions League now. But anyway, we'll move away from Spurs because it's too much, right? We want to hear about the other clubs as well. Arsenal, very celebrated club. Manchester United, fantastic. What 20 league titles, equal with Liverpool. You know, you've won every single cup. You've done the treble. Arsenal have done the double twice, I believe, or is it 3 times? I can't remember. They've done so much success.
I think it's two.
They've not won a European trophy.
Not won a European trophy. That's the only thing
No,
you
whoa,
can get
whoa.
Arsenal on.
Sorry,
You've
can
won
we just
one. You've won
rewind that?
one. You've won
Ellie,
one
you should
trophy.
know that we've got is
You've
it
won the
European
Fairs
Cup?
Cup. You've won the
Yes.
Fairs Cup. So you've
Oh,
won
come on. Oh, we're not
you have.
counting
No, if
that.
the
are
Audi
we?
if the
It's
Audi
like the
Cup
Conference
counts,
Cup.
that counts. That's
But
my
even
argument.
West Ham, they've won a Fairs. They won a Conference Cup, didn't they?
Yeah.
Conference League. So
You-
it's a trophy. At the end of the day,
Exactly.
trophies give the club heart.
Arrest is
And
going to
give the
sit there
club
and laugh at
spirit.
us now.
At the
Nah,
end of the
Come
day,
on, speak up, Mr.
we'll count
Giggles.
that. That's
you
Speak
fine.
have
We'll
up.
to
count
win
that. We'll count
trophies
that.
as
That's
a
fine.
club. Yeah, like there's a guy in our community called Sean Butler. He's a very learned guy. He's very clever, and he said there's 5 teams that have won 87% of the trophies, and you've got the anomalies like Blackburn Rovers and Leicester City and Wigan winning the FA Cup. But most of the cups are won by Arsenal, Manchester United, Liverpool, and Chelsea, and now Man City. So that's 5 clubs have reaped all the trophies, and all the rest of us are getting the scraps. Yeah. So for the teams to not for the teams who are getting the scraps to compete, they have to win those trophies at first.
Yeah.
How do you think Man City did? They got the money, then they got the power, and then they got the girl. Well, the girl is the trophies, isn't it? Right?
Oh, sorry, Ali. Give me 2 secs.
Yeah. Are you all right? Okay, yeah. She's probably got a coughing fit, probably after listening to me. The Prime, right? I wanted to ask you, if Chelsea didn't win all their trophies that they've won since Abramovich came into charge, would you be backing the chairman, or would you say like he's done a bad job because
Sorry,
you
guys.
haven't won any trophies? You've been nearly men, but you didn't get any over the line like Spurs did.
Sorry?
I was saying, you said to me about Levy, right? So you had the chairman Abramovich who delivered, yeah, and he sacked manager after manager after manager, and he still got the success. Okay, so if we take all of those trophies away and you never won anything, what would you think of Abramovich?
He'd be viewed as just about any other owner, really.
Yeah, because you've not won anything. That's how I feel about
Because
Levy.
I know you feel that way about Levy. My point
Yeah,
was most Spurs fans, or at least the younger generation of Spurs fans, are just acceptant of it. They accept it so long as they play
okay.
the good, pretty football. They accept not really winning anything. They're okay with just challenging. That's why they were okay. They were happy with getting rid of Mourinho 6 days before a cup final because they don't really. They're so long as football looks pretty, they're okay with it. That's why 10 games into the season, Spurs fans were overexcited and gassed because the football looks great, regardless of whether you win or not. And
Okay.
that's a lot of the Spurs fans that I speak to around my age that they accept things like this. They're okay with Levy not really investing in the squad as long as they get a manager in that plays the pretty football. And that's
Yeah.
been my point.
So
Spurs fans just
Dave,
accept this with
we
Levy.
have to educate them, Prime. We have
Well, it's not
the
up to
older
me.
fans.
I'm okay with you guys not winning things. That's your club.
I
But
know, I know. I'm not okay with it. I want to win. I'm in it for the
and that's
glory.
why I was saying Spurs fans that they will praise Poch, but ultimately he didn't actually win anything either. So if we're gonna criticize Levy, we can also criticize Poch for ultimately not
Yeah,
winning anything.
I think a lot of fans they did criticise Poch, but we sort of warmed to him because he's got a nice character, you know, and he's Mr. Nice Guy, isn't he? Right? It doesn't mean we thought he done well for us because he didn't get us over the line. You know, the realistic fan would say he didn't get us over the line, but I wouldn't paint him with the same brush as Levy because Levy has had another. So you take 5 years that Posh was with us, so there's another 19 years that Levy was in charge that we only got one trophy in over the line. So those 19 years to 5 Poch years, you can see the balance, you see. So actually Levy's been there for 24 years, but 19 years prior to Poch, he didn't do anything either, just one cup. You see, so I'm going to dig Levy out regardless because I think he hasn't done enough to get us over the line as well. And there's managers that haven't done enough. You can't put all the blame on Levy. Obviously, managers are there to manage, aren't they? Yeah. Same with arrest. When you Ten Hag is appointed at your club, right, and now you've got new owners who want to put more investment into the club, right, and because your previous owners were taking dividends out of the club, right? Now, I mean, they're still there, the previous owners, but they're in the background. But now you've got, can't think of his name, Sir something, isn't it?
Ratcliffe, yeah.
That's it, Sir Ratcliffe, right? Yeah. So now, do you want your club to progress in a way that wins trophies and puts you back on the mantle rather than Man City? You take the power away from them. You want to see that, I presume, as a young fan looking out at Spurs, what they're doing and not winning anything. You don't want to be that club, do you? You want to be a club that progresses and wins things again and makes Man United great. That's how I see it. But how do you see it?
Yeah, for me, look, I want trophies. Obviously we've got Ratcliffe now, but for me, I think success comes from structure above from football. Now upstairs, how we do it. I know we're bringing people from Man City and etc. So this summer, we should have our structure sorted. I think we're going to get Dan Ashworth soon from Newcastle, so our structure should be fine. But for me, once when I see new owners coming into football club, straight away I want to see success straight away. So next season, it's not yes. Listen, I want to see a style of play, right? But trophies with it as well. Not just style of
Yeah,
play, not trophies,
yeah,
but I want to see a mix of both. So yeah,
yeah.
like obviously now in this generation, Spurs fans, they just want to see good football, like the younger kids. So yeah, look, with Spurs, I mean, listen, Levy for me. Oh my god, I don't know. The thing is, yes, some Spurs fans still defending me. Like that. It's
I
actually
know.
crazy. It's actually crazy that how I see it. But yeah, I mean, listen, I saw Ange saying that he's gonna have some clear ups this summer, so it's gonna be interesting to see. But I think next season Ange is gonna be serious. Like next season, I think for me, Ange should know. He should know himself that listen, the football that he's playing is fine, but the trophies has to come as well. Like
Yeah,
this highline stuff that he's doing and all this nonsense. You have to have a good football and show some Spurs fans some trophies, eh? So
yeah. See, like
yeah.
we want what the other clubs have had. We're like the sleeping beauty of football. We've got a beautiful stadium, right? But we haven't got no trophies to put in it. So we want to put some trophies in it. We don't want to be the sleeping beauties for the next 24 years. Because Levy, he's the same age as me. He was born the same year as me. I think maybe the year before. I'm not sure. But either way, he's not going to be around forever, right? And if we do get owners, sometimes you don't know what you're going to get, do you, Lottie? You've got the Cronkies at
Yeah.
the moment, right? And they backed Arteta, they stuck with him, they gave him
Oh,
700
they fine.
million
You
pounds.
mean they finally pulled their finger out after this
Yeah, they
Champions League
find at
nonsense?
least they did it. They realised it,
Oh
right?
yeah,
And
because there was an effigy of Stan Kroenke hung off one of the poles outside Arsenal. I think that sent the
yeah,
message
that
loud and clear.
worked. It
And
worked,
it
didn't
had
it?
Stan's face on it, and they were hanging him
Yeah,
off one of the lights.
it was effective then.
Yeah, the amount of fans in those protests, I was there. Like it
Well,
was
we
insane.
we cancelled. I don't know if you guys remember. We cancelled we played Liverpool. I think it was the Super League protest. But yeah, we
Yeah,
cancelled
Yeah, the
Liverpool's
game.
game.
but we
Yeah,
ended we
It was
ended
Liverpool.
cancelled.
yeah
Yeah,
we ended
So I
up
thought,
combining it with we sent a message to him so that
yeah.
we weren't
But
happy,
our one was
but we weren't as
dangerous. Man. I
extreme
think we
as
were
United
smashed.
invading
I think we were
the
smashed. Yeah,
stadium.
we invaded. Someone managed to enter the dressing room.
that's why I agree with Prime that our fans are too weak.
They're
Like
too placid.
it's not
Mate,
even always the
Ellie,
younger
I'm not
fans that
bantering
they
you.
want to see pretty football only.
Ellie,
What's
you know
that
one
all
of your
about?
protests. I saw Ed Sheeran with his guitar. I swear to God, yeah, I'm not even joking. There was a video with Ed Sheeran playing his guitar.
Yeah, no, it's just like I find that your fans are all talk and they never turn up unless it's a
They
North
just
London
don't.
derby.
They don't
Sorry.
turn up, man. Yeah. Today
Yeah.
is today. We'll report the snaps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's like we want the fan base to unite, right? So that we can
Mhm.
start making progress, right?
I think
I
the
just don't
signings as well, Ellie. Some signings. Sorry to cut you off, but signings will gas up fans saying, "Oh, look, Levy signed this player," so they
know.
get
Yeah,
carried
it does.
away.
It subdues fans, the
Right.
signings, but you're not seeing no progress. That you shouldn't get excited over a signing. It's
Look,
nothing's going to
Exactly.
change.
look, right, we buy Madison, right? He's supposed to be a statement signing, right?
He
Madison.
was
And
the
then we
statement
get,
signing, but he's been all
yeah,
right. He hasn't been the usual Madison that we see.
no, he's
Let's
been
be
really
real.
bad for the last 12 games. Very terrible. But
Mm.
he will come good because he's a good player. But then we don't back it up with another statement signing. And then we should make another statement signing and another one. And then you get up to the levels of the Arsenals and the Man Cities and the Chelseas and the Man Uniteds. We're never going to compete if we just buy one. You've got to buy a lot of players that are of that quality and even better than Madison. Yeah. And the way you attract them is
Mm.
with a manager that believes in what he believes and you start winning. You win that first trophy, Lottie. You get it over the line, or maybe even 2 trophies in one season. That'd be incredible.
Mm.
But you've got to get the first one. Steve
Yeah.
Perryman said in his podcast as well. I know I harp on about Steve Perryman because I love him. I think he's a fantastic player, and he was a great servant of ours. He said you get one trophy and it lifts the club.
Mm.
It lifts the clubs, and you can go on to further success, right? But it has to be one. It really has to be one of the majors. Like if you win the FA Cup, for example, then you go on to win the league. Then you go
Mm.
on to win the Champions League, and you stepping stones. And then players are attracted by the trophies, and they'll join you.
It's
Yeah,
not the
they say,
trophies; it's the
I'll take a
success.
punt at Tottenham rather than go to Liverpool and
Yeah.
Man United.
It's why Man United and why Arsenal and why City get the best signings.
Yeah,
Well,
we
Arsenal might
do.
not always get the best signing. We do find a few rough diamonds, but it's why United get the best signings. Why City get it. It's the history.
Yeah, it's the
Even
history.
Liverpool,
But
and
it's
that's what.
also the
And
recent history
that's
as well, isn't
yeah,
it?
well,
Not the past
absolutely. But
history, but the
it's
recent.
oh no, absolutely. I mean, we've had a couple of FA Cups and things in the recent years. Do you know what I mean? A couple of shields. The shields don't count, but it's still a bit of silverware.
Yeah,
But you
cool.
still get the biggish names coming to you.
Yeah, like Chelsea, right? They've won the Champions League twice,
Hmm.
right? And Spurs and Arsenal, we haven't won it, right? And I feel jealous of that. No, that they've got Champions League twice over the line, and Manchester United are on 3, so they only have to win it one more time to equal Man United's record. And they're like, that's recent history.
Well, I
Man
wasn't
United
going to
have
win
got
one.
a wider history than
Hmm.
they've probably got the widest history when you look at Man United. And I think Liverpool will compete with you in terms of when you win your trophies. But Liverpool in the league, they've only won one in 30 years, I believe. Yeah, so they've dropped off in the
The rest
league.
will know that stat.
Yeah, but
You
they
should
have
Yeah, that's
they
true.
have dropped they've dropped off in the league, but
Yeah.
they've won other things. They've won
Exactly.
6 European Cups.
Yeah.
That's another thing. The European
Yeah.
Cup, right? Actually, the Champions League is like winning the UEFA Cup. I was saying
Yeah.
that to my husband today because the top 4 teams from every country go into it, right? So that's the UEFA Cup. So
Yeah.
they've really lessened the Champions League. The old European Cup, where the top team of every country competed, that's the proper. You're playing against the champions.
Exactly.
Yeah, that is the proper European Cup. But do you know who's won that? Nottingham Forest, Aston Villa, Liverpool.
Yep.
Spurs and Arsenal have been nowhere near the. Well, we got to the semi-final in 1960, 61, 61, 62 season, but we got knocked out by Benfica in the semi-final, right? And Arsenal got to the final of the Champions League, lost to Barcelona.
2006. Yep.
Yeah, I think Sol Campbell scored your goal that day, didn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah, and then wasn't your German goalie who sent off Lehmann?
Yes. Jans
Lehmann
Lehmann. I
sent
won't
off.
forgive him for that. I'm not. That. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, continue.
It was just a calamity of errors, but you could have got it over the line like us.
Oh no! Obviously, you watch it back now and you look. Oh, with the caliber that we had, you can see that. But
The
it's
one-
just we didn't turn up on the day, and that's what counts.
Yeah. Same with Spurs. We didn't turn up against Liverpool, but we had 63% possession, but nothing.
But
Did
possession football
nothing
don't
with
win
it.
you nothing.
We
You know
done
this,
nothing
Ellie.
with it. That's it. You can have the ball, but if you're not affecting the game, what's the point? Yeah.
Exactly.
Anyway, we've been going for 1 hour 43 minutes.
Should
I
we
think
wrap
should
up
get
with
on
some
to the
score lines for the
prediction.
weekend?
Yeah. Otherwise, we'll be like conquering that.
I'll be here all night. So we'll start
Yeah.
with Arsenal and Bournemouth 12:30 kick-off tomorrow. I'm going to go to the Queen first.
Right.
Prediction, please.
Yeah, I think 4-1 to Arsenal. 4-1.
Nice.
I think, but Bournemouth probably get a Solanke goal late on, but that's it. 4-1.
Arrest?
4-0 Arsenal.
Nice. Back in my boys. Like that. I'm going with 3-0, so I've already jotted down my scores. Next game is Man City Wolves.
Man City Wolves.
They're at their Etihad. They're at home.
I think 2-0. because Wolves are a pretty good team. They're not that bad. Defensively, they got Kilman, I think. I think they still got Kilman. Yeah. But they've got a decent side. They've got a good attacking prowess as well. But I think Man City will win 2-0.
Okay, Arrest.
I can't even say a draw, man. Fuck. I'll say 1-0 City. Come on, Wolves.
Okay,
Wolves.
and I've gone for 3-0 City. Chelsea. Hang on, I didn't write down who they're playing.
West Ham.
Sorry, guys. Yeah,
West
it's
Ham.
West Ham. Yes,
Yeah.
West Ham.
West Ham.
I've gone for 2-2 because it's at the Bridge.
2-2.
West Ham always get a good result at the Bridge.
Yeah.
They really do. They've
Car
won
park.
quite a few
Car park,
games.
not bridge. It's car park.
I'm going to go for a draw as well. I'm going to go for a 2-2 draw. Desmond
Ellie's gone the
2-2.
same way as me.
2-2 as well.
Yeah.
Oh, unanimous.
West Ham are
2-2.
quite decent. They're not a bad side, and they've got
Yeah.
that.
Boys is leaving though, so yeah. At the end of the season, they're going to part
Okay,
ways.
and next is Tottenham Hotspur v Liverpool.
Oh,
I've gone for 3-2 Liverpool down to the last minute. Sorry, Ellie.
No,
I just think you're both on a bad
agree.
rung and it's going to be a high score line for me.
I'm going to go 3-1 Liverpool.
Oh my!
Yeah,
I'm
we're
going.
not winning.
I'm
We're
going
not
4-2
winning now.
Liverpool.
That's a good score line.
Yeah.
Yes, we got 2 goals. I only gave us 1 goal. I can't see us winning. No way.
Last but not
Yeah,
least,
Liverpool.
Crystal Palace v Man United. I've gone 3-1 Palace.
No, I think the build up for the FA Cup, they're going to be wanting to get that place on the team sheet. So I think 2-1 to Man United.
Ooh, okay.
Or 1-2. Palace 1, Man United 2. I
Yeah.
just think they're playing for their spots.
Yeah. Arrest. Pass judgment on your team. Or forever
3-0
peace.
Palace. 3-0
Oh my
Palace.
God.
Really?
Oh, we're
Yeah.
giving our teams the hell, aren't we? We
Yeah.
don't rate our teams.
Just
No, you pair of you are back in City and Arsenal to win this weekend.
It's going to be
Jeez.
Evans versus Olise. I can't be
It'll
asked.
go down to the wire, I think.
By the
Yeah.
way, you do realize
Game.
Evans is only
Obviously.
playing at United because his wife works for MUTV, so that's another shambles from us. But
I think I'm scared off Prime. Come back, Prime.
Too much history
Come
talk.
on, man. Levy needs some more bashing.
He's the only one that's backed United to win.
Has he put his scores in the chat, has he?
No.
Oh, okay. So
No.
we've got Miss Molina's joined us. Evening all. Arrest is saying evening, Molina. And an NS Sports big up. Yeah, well done, Nippon. We're holding the fort here, me and Lottie.
Yeah.
Or Lottie.
I think Arrest is still there, isn't he? He's on screen still.
And then we've got Arrest saying Ten Hag, ever since I have been at Manchester United, we approach our games in an attacking way. We create many chances like we did versus
It's Burnley.
We also concede many goals.
This guy said, right, there's an interview he did tonight, yeah. He said, we create many chances like we did versus Burnley. We also concede many goals. It's open and it's fun to look at. What is he talking?
It's Burnley.
What is he talking about being fun and beating Burnley?
What is fun at conceding many goals, mate?
I don't mean to be funny, but did you guys see the banter video between the Forest and Burnley fans?
No, we didn't.
They're both singing they're both shit, and then they start going, "Oh no, you're not. We're shit." It's quite funny. It's quite funny. If I find it, I'll drop it into the group chat. It's just like it's hilarious.
Well, I had to put up with that song from the Arsenal fans about Postecoglou. Cheer up, Postecoglou. Oh, what can it mean to a fat Aussie and a shit football team? I was right near it, Lottie. I was like about 20 metres away from the Arsenal fans.
I might pull a sickie next week
high up in the North Stand. And normally I go into the South Stand in 252 and I stand, right? Because my legs are killing me, because I've got this horrible condition in my legs, I couldn't do it, all right? So Yeah. But having said that, I have been in there and I love being in there and I'll push myself to be in there because they're all crazy. I love crazy fans. You know, the real fans, they're the proper working class fans who love football and that they banter each other inside that area 252, which is at the right of the goal when you look at
Why are you
Spurs.
putting a sticky next week, Orest?
I've
Sorry,
got some
Ellie.
planned
it's
stuff to
okay.
do now.
I'm just happy. I'm just
Who are
happy
you
that I'm
playing
still
next week?
alive.
Hang on a minute.
Man United.
But you actually don't know that.
Oh, that's why. You're
No,
playing
I'm
the
joking.
Arsenal.
Playing
I'll be there.
Arsenal.
Don't worry.
Shame about the
Why?
Arsenal. Dun, dun,
I'll be
dun.
there. I'll be there.
Shame about the Arsenal. If Man
Well,
United
listen,
beat you
Arsenal.
and give Man City
If
the
we're
Oh
not
no,
taking
title,
that,
Man
if we're
United
not
do
taking
beat
that
us, by the
lockdown
way.
win,
Orest
yeah,
is not
they
really
have
fit.
not beaten us for what 15 years. Am I correct? If we take away that lockdown win, yeah, the last time they beat us at Old Trafford, I can't remember myself. So I think this next week
yeah.
they're going to break that record. 'Cause that's how shite we are, by the way. Because we drew with Tottenham 2-2, I think, yeah, because we was down and twice. Yeah, listen, we're terrible, man. We're terrible. We're absolutely terrible.
Can you do me a favour, Lottie? Can you write in the chat to Nippon which one is his music to end the show? Because I don't know which one it is. He didn't
Music.
tell me. Yeah,
Oh, I'm not sure.
to end the show. Do you know which
Oh,
one?
they
Which
you
brand it is?
just press ends and that's it.
And
Just
does
press
it
the end
play
line.
music? Because he plays the
No,
music at the end, doesn't he?
no, he doesn't play no music
No,
Oh,
just
okay.
press the end button.
I'll just press
unless
send.
it's Chelsea shit. Then that's it. No.
Do you know what? Do you know what? I've really enjoyed this stream because we've had a lot of meaty stuff to talk about. We've even mentioned Daniel Levy as a div. That's what I like to
So
hear.
if you want me to talk about the Glazers,
Right. We
now
beat you in
The
September
Glazers.
22, and we beat you in where is it? 2018 in the league.
I remember when
Old
Man
Trafford.
United beat Arsenal 8-1 I remember that very, very well.
8-2. I was there. Please
When?
don't.
8-2, that's it. And I remember Spurs spanking Man United 6-1 in lockdown. And even Aurier scored.
Red card was dodgy.
Serge
Man.
Aurier
Okay,
scored.
that red card was
That's
dodgy.
how bad that result was,
That
man.
red card was dodgy, by the way. How's Marshall
Yeah,
getting off?
that's
That
the
was
point.
dodgy.
What's the best Man United Arsenal game you two have gone to?
Ooh.
Well,
That's a good question, isn't it?
That's
He
a
only
spicy
pulled one out the bag. The most enjoyable, and why was it the most enjoyable? I want to hear it. Come on, Lottie, give us the best one.
I have to think about this for a minute, you know.
Yeah,
I bet
fantastic
it's going to go
games.
for a knockout game as well.
Even in cup finals, it
of
could
all
be a
time,
cup final. It could be a league game, FA Cup.
Nah,
game,
for me, listen, I
whatever.
remember I think it was under Carrick when we beat them under Carrick. That was funny, man. Like Carrick was in for like a few games.
You know what? There was a game last season. I was in the lower tier, and Fernandez, Bruno stepped up for a penalty and he hit the post. I don't get it. How do you hit the post from a penalty spot? That game was glorious. We beat them, and it was just, I loved every moment of it.
What was the score, Lottie?
I think it would have been 3-1.
3-1 to Arsenal, yeah?
Yeah, I
can't
think
remember
so.
that one.
The thing is, yeah, it was funny, yeah. You guys can actually fight. Like, I went to Emirates on the Ralph Ragnick. I think we lost 3-1 on the Ralph Ragnick, right? When Xhaka scored that goal. I was in the Arsenal then, right? You can find me on Sky Sports. I think Dalot hit the crossbar. They should have replayed. Then I'm there. I'm literally right there, so I'm behind the goal.
Okay,
So.
we'll do that.
It was terrible for me
because
because when Arsenal scored, I had a guy next to me saying,
it was the St George's Day, St George's Day 2022. We beat them 3-1. Craig Pawson was the assistant, and Ronaldo only managed to score one goal. I was so happy.
Isn't it funny?
Yeah. Some guy next to me saying, "Why not celebrate?" I'm like, I'm a United fan, so yeah.
You know, the best time of Spurs against Arsenal, right? There's two games that stand out in my memory. Obviously, when Kabul scored the winner and we actually beat you at the Emirates, it's a bloody miracle. we actually beat you 3-2, and it was like incredible scenes
Yeah.
at the end. And Van der Vaart goes shh to the Arsenal fans. That was brilliant. After he scored his penalty, that was comedy gold. Going along the Arsenal fans, go shh. Right. And then there was another game. I'm going back a lot of years now. 1981. We play Wolves at your Grand at Highbury, and we win 3-0 and go to the cup final. That was fantastic. And Paul Miller, he said that he could feel the thunder of the Spurs fans in the grass, in the trembling, and it's inspired the players to get to that cup final. And the rest is history, because we beat Man City. And who would think playing Man City in that 1981 cup final, and then they're overtaking the great Tottenham Hotspur and winning absolutely everything? Yeah, they've actually cornered the market, haven't they?
Yeah.
They've won everything. Champions League, FA Cup, League Cups, League Championships, and they're on the verge of making history. But it can all come crashing down when that October hearing comes. I believe it's this October, when they've got those 115 charges to face.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens.
Oh,
right?
absolutely.
I don't particularly want them to be stripped of anything, right? But if they've cheated, and they've cheated to gain an advantage, it's cheated the other clubs, but they're not. There's not even a but. I think they should have the book thrown at them, but not to lose their trophies.
I think for me, the best Arsenal game I've ever been to against Tottenham, December 2018.
Yeah.
There was 2 goals in 4 minutes from Dyer and Kane. This was under Poch, by the way.
Yeah.
And then we had a brace. I had a penalty and a goal from Aubameyang, one from Lacazette, and then Lucas Torreira with that final blow, 4-2 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, I remember that game. I remember it well. I remember the 5-2 at Emirates, because my daughter went to it, Angela, and we went 2-0 up, and then you pulverised us 5-2.
Yeah,
we had some great games, Spurs and Arsenal, weren't we? And Spurs,
we do.
United,
We do, because there's just so much more to it, and other fans will never ever get that.
Yeah, do you know what? I think our 3 clubs have had the best games in the Premiership. You can count Liverpool out of this. I think our 3 clubs against each other, we've had some marvellous games.
The thing is, the rivalry against Arsenal between you two is just unreal.
Yeah,
like
100%.
I grew up in that era where Man United hated Arsenal. Man City weren't even on the map.
Because you were there. You were taking
Man City, don't worry,
you were
they're only
taking their
famous from
crown.
2011 anyways.
That's why. Anybody who challenged Man United at that time were going to be hated, right?
Mate, the thing is, players were scared to come out to Old Trafford. But
the thing is, it was a different era of football as well.
Of
like the Van Nistelrooys, the Martin Keowns, and Patrick Vieira's. You knew when that Vic came out of his shirt, it was game over.
Roy Keane, my guy, Roy Keane.
You had. Do you know who I liked? Vidic. I absolutely fantastic.
He's so good.
Vidic and Schmeichel.
Don't worry though.
Goal.
Apparently,
Brilliant.
Van Dijk is better than Vidic. Apparently, oh man,
he just was powerhouse. He was like tough.
He's the only player I rated, and he's from Serbia, so he's the only Serbian player I like.
That's it. Yeah, but I liked Man United teams of old and Arsenal teams. Watching Thierry Henry rip defences apart and score worldies, and then you've got Dennis Bergkamp. I think Dennis Bergkamp, technically, the best Arsenal player that I've seen. Thierry Henry, the
non-flying Dutchman. That man would not fly on a plane.
Yeah, he's up there. Yeah.
He'd be travelling like 4 or 5 days before the team did.
I thought Pires was good as well.
I think he was named Dennis after. His name was Dennis. I think that was after Dennis Law, because his parents were big football people.
Yeah.
Right?
What about Van Persie? Is he still an Arsenal legend?
Van Snake.
Do you know what though? Man United have reaped a lot of our strikers, haven't they, Lottie? Like they got Van Persie from you. They got Sheringham and Berbatov from us. We also gave them Carrick, right? So you've had we gave you Alan Brazil, so that's nothing to write home about.
And gave you Alexis Sanchez. I don't want to go home. to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, what a snake.
You ruined him, you know that. You gave him a skinner, then he just went down
He
the
ruined
toilet.
us. Sanchez ruined us.
You
Do
wanted him.
You two
I
are
did
too
not want
young. You two are too young to remember Steve Coppell. What a
Nope.
great player he was for Man United. He was such an exciting player to watch. Yeah, I mean, you watch him, Steve Coppell. Right,
Ellie.
I'll watch
Yeah.
him. Don't worry, I'll watch him highlights.
Ellie,
now.
I'm going to have to go. We've been at it for 2 hours.
Yeah,
but
yeah, we have.
I've had
You
loads
know
of
what? We
fun.
can talk football all night, but we have to get some sleep. So thank you very much for everybody for joining us. Thank you very much for everybody for joining us in the chat. Thank you very much to Lottie, fantastic as ever. Thank you, Ores. Thank you,
Thank you.
No worries, no
thank you,
worries.
Prime, for having a really good debate about Daniel Levy and the young fans. But thank you very much, and we'll join you again at the
Next
next
week.
Six
Yeah,
Sense
if I'm
Next
there, yeah.
Friday. I know
Next
If I'm
calling
there,
us
yeah.
all
If I'm
sticky.
there, yeah.
And ciao, Walla, up the Spurs, up the Arsenal, and up the Man United.
Up the
Come
palace.
on.
Whee!
Up the palace.
Yeah. Ciao, Walla. Bye-bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Yeah. And it.
And